Greetings, my friends. Welcome to Monday, April 3rd of 2023. That is pretty much all I have to say good about today. That's it. I got nothing else. Today's the anniversary of the very first time a cell phone was ever used on April 3rd of 1973. So it is exactly 50 years ago that somebody from the precursor to Motorola, I didn't mean to say that, Motorola, had an idea about, because they used to do walkie-talkies at the time. And he's like, what if we could like channel the walkie-talkie thing into phones that you could carry outside? And they worked really hard on it. And he said his one biggest regret is the fact that somebody stupidly called them cell phones. And that was because walkie-talkies were in grids. They were in like cell grids, and that's how you were able to communicate with another walkie-talkie. So it just happened to stick, but it's only in the United States that we call them cell phones. Anywhere else, including on your phone, when you go to your address book, it doesn't say cell phone, it says mobile number.
Yeah, mobile number.
He hates that we call them cell phones. He's still alive. He's 94 years old or something like that. And he thinks that this is just the beginning of what phones are going to do and how crazy it's going to go one day. He absolutely thinks that something will be like implanted similar to an earring or to like a little something where you just tap on your head. He's like, I think it's actually ridiculous that you have to put something up to your head in order to talk to people. So, yes, that was Today in History with me. And, because that's pretty much more exciting than anything you're going to hear from the show today.
But and also today, it's Quick Draw Baldwin's birthday. He never shoots blanks.
Which
Definitely.
one?
Alec, of course. Quick Draw.
I think Steven shot some. I think Daniel shot some. I think Billy's the only one who hasn't shot anybody.
It's pretty amazing that he and Ilaria are still in the news. Like, she's backed off of social media a lot, apparently, because people, I guess, told her to shut the F up. But I don't know. Where is he with that case? Is he like even? Is it like even a thing? I don't even know.
It's a thing.
Apparently, he's going to wiggle out of it. Apparently he's gonna. You knew he would.
Well, he's probably on the personal side. He's going to get sued because he's the executive producer, and he at the end of the day, the families of those people can sue him personally because it's his show.
I think they already settled. I think they already had a civil case, and they settled it. Bon, if you'd like to join us today, I think, and I'm sorry for anybody who might be missing the NCAA finals tonight, but
there's a lot of big San Diego State and UConn fans.
All fives of them.
Well, that would be Xavier and maybe one other person, exactly.
Well, that's why my Michael Cage avatar. He actually was the one NBA player who represented San Diego State back in the day. Now it's Kawhi Leonard, but he was the face of. He's also Soul Glow from McDowell's.
Nice.
That's so funny that KC made this video where he was like, listen, just bet $8, put it all on Gonzaga. Go to any of your favorite sports betting places. Gonzaga's going all the way. And I'm like, oh, God, are you sure you want to like put that up? You know that's the kiss of death. If you promise people that they're going to win on this, they're going to lose.
So you're telling me KC was wrong gambling? I'm shocked.
Shocking, yet true. Shocking, said no one ever. So yeah, Bon, if you want to join us, it would just be the four of us tonight. But I'm more than happy for it to be the three of us.
They just had the Australian Grand Prix. He may be tired.
Oh, he's got to be exhausted. I'm sure he was pretty much working that.
Happens down there.
Pretty much working that angle all day long. Exactly. Hey, you going to the Gasparilla Music Festival?
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know any of the bands that are playing yet. They just released them like yesterday or the day before yesterday. So now I have to go through every single one of them individually and play their music and see if I like them.
Just like Lollapalooza, Monique. I've been going to the Gasparilla Film Festival for about 20 years straight.
Casey, I'm sorry, but you had to know. You had to know by saying, bet $8 on Gonzaga. That it would be
the Gonzaga.
Kiss of death.
Gonzaga.
I had an interesting conversation with KC via text. We were going over how I say this all the time. He's one of four people that are beloved in the history of the Stern Show, which is possible to pull off. So he's in the company. He's in the rarefied air with Beetlejuice, Sour Shoes, and Billy West. Have you ever heard anyone say, I hate KC? And then He's the only non-cartoon character out of the four of them. He's the only real person. Everyone else is
Well, Billy West is a real person.
a real person, but he's a cartoon character at the same time. He's like a walking, Lance, was it Walter Lance soundtrack?
Yeah, Casey, I'm still waiting on that Sour Shoes hookup, as you know. Where's he been? He's like out of the.
Well, remember he kind of slipped a few times and did a few things that weren't in the PC realm for Mr. PC. So
Yeah, but sure. But you know what? Free content is free content.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I think that people have finally, and maybe probably the other thing, I think people have finally gotten to him and told him to stop giving.
This is how retarded the Stern Show is, and I think it was somebody. It might have been you or Kate Tate, Dennis, and you and your little mocketeers and the mockery thread had a great point. How ridiculous is it? This is how stupid and horrible about this show. If you just sum it up. You and your little sardonic mocketeers and the mockery thread.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make a T-shirt with like mouse ears.
Oh my god, that'd be great. Ammo. Oh.
By the way, when you cut out on the mockery thread, then it's like your parents went away on an impromptu vacation, and like Kate Tate and Judy Tenunu and Kai were all like, "Mom's not home. Let's have a party." And they're all going,
Exactly. Now we're gonna talk about everything. Trump and Freud.
I do check in if you haven't noticed.
Okay, so it was a horrible show.
And the thought was that this is a show that gives Sour Shoes 90 seconds and Ronnie Mund and
2 hours.
and 90 minutes.
And the new one now, Sam, who might also be retarded. Not gonna lie.
No, she sounds like a typical. Well, my experience with Sam's, they're a little crazy.
That brazen hussy has more airtime than Sour Shoes in the last 20 years.
She has more.
That's how stupid the show is.
She has more airtime than Robin. What are you talking about?
Or
Robin, that's actually true. But do you think it's because they need the
Q rating?
Female non-Robin voice?
Absolutely contrived and forced, Monique. Absolutely, this fake attempt at sexual equality. Absolutely.
Oh, but you know what? And when we play the clip, I'll explain why I really cannot take her. And people are going to love her, and they're going to absolutely can't stand her. And I feel bad for her, actually. I feel bad for what's going to happen to her social media wise.
Oh, exactly. Honestly. But the thing is, I can look at her. I can't listen to her. Oh my God.
Right.
She's horrible to listen to.
Oh my! She is Shuli, but without the comedy.
No, she's worse. She's worse.
That's what I mean. But Shuli without. I mean, Shuli has no comedy, but she's even less.
I don't even think she tries to be funny. I think she tries.
I think she does.
We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it, and we'll talk about it. We are going to start tonight's show, however, with a guy called in and wanted to let Howard know that Springsteen was, I guess, at Madison Square Garden, of course, and he couldn't understand why Howard wasn't there. So let's take a listen. Okay, let's take a listen.
He was at the Garden this weekend, put on a hell of a show, and so McCartney was in the audience, and I know COVID and all that, but was that something that was even on your radar? Did that get you something to second guess? Bruce is here, big show. Would be great to go
why am I so scared of this COVID if McCartney, who's much older than I am, is going to the Springsteen show? Was he wearing a mask?
No,
right?
Idiot.
Nope,
Nobody
nothing.
does.
Picture of him sitting by the stage, smiling. I said, why? It makes me wonder, does Howard second guess himself?
You know what? Howard is going to perpetuate this and continue this until the contract is over. This is absolutely. There is no rationale anymore. I can't. I mean, and I got to tell you something. Honestly, I'm here in Florida. I would say if I know 20 people down here, and that includes Dennis. So if I know 19 people or 18 people down here,
Jeffrey Epstein.
16 of them right now have COVID. Like, seriously, everybody has it. It's just going around. It's just everybody is sick. And don't shrug your fucking shoulders.
Yeah, that's so desanctimonious.
That is so desanctimonious. It really is.
Fucking just move on. They made their point. Move on.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay.
I'm tired of the bullshit.
Monique, were you about to say with Springsteen though? They went all in. Buckwald and 112 went all in on that Springsteen shit, and it couldn't have been a bigger disaster. 0.0. He's trying to bring it up without bringing up the ratings, and they thought it was going to dovetail into so much more. And honestly, they play so much on this. It's
Babe,
going to be on
the
HBO.
push
The hippest
is
channel.
on.
Yep.
The push is on because the next thing out of his mouth, of course, was
I
this.
tell you, it's unbelievable. So great show.
Great show.
Someone said to
Oh,
me,
so
"You're
Bowie's there.
definitely going to be nominated, you and
course.
Bruce, for an Emmy for that HBO thing." And I said, "I don't know about it. I haven't heard anything about that."
Yeah.
Well, is it
But I-
time for those
but
things
I
to
would-
be said?
I would go to the Emmys if they nominated me. I would go to that. I got to admit.
Of course you
I like
would.
that
I mean,
idea.
it's kind of early. The Emmys just happened, so give them some time.
They just happened. When did they happen?
September,
What month is this?
April.
Very good. You don't have senility. That's
So
Good-
what he's
good
trying to
stuff.
figure out is when the nominations come out, which is in July. So
July.
you know this man is doing a full court press to have Emmy nomination for him and Bruce.
So
Who's in the Emmy committee? Do we know who the fuck is this committee? This mysterious
I
committee?
don't really know about that.
So, well, here's the thing, though. What the hell would it be nominated for? I mean, because that's
Special programming, Dennis. They got that
it's
stupid
special
in
programming?
variety show. It would be up against like Saturday Night Live,
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel,
Bill Maher.
Fallon, Bill Maher, exactly. John
That's when he
Oliver.
started
Okay,
calling
so it
Jon
has-
Stewart beloved, Dennis, because he kept winning that every year.
Yeah, that's true. He has absolutely no. All right, so right there. Okay, so it has nothing. It has no chance in hell. No matter what he tries to do,
You know
I
what?
mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if they threw a bone for Bruce. For Bruce.
Jesus
Not-
Christ, it's not even good though. How can they even? I mean, how can they even sit there and have any credibility left if
But
they
it's
nominate
so
that?
lazy, Dennis. It's a one shot. You can't put that
Exactly.
against a show that churns them out every day. This motherfucker, one thing, and if you're a Springsteen fan, you've heard all this before. So it's not like this is
Yeah.
groundbreaking. That's why I did nothing. You would think you'd get ratings just off Springsteen fans. They've heard it all before. There's nothing he mined that was new.
No.
It's just it's such laziness on his end. And he's gonna sit there and try to just get awards for being, and not doing any effort, and not putting anything out special. It's just being.
Yes,
literally
double
just
dip. He's the king of
repackaging.
the lazy double dip, Dennis. He wants to get paid for nothing
I mean,
and awards for nothing.
The
Yeah,
LDD.
I mean, it's sad. I mean, it really is sad at this point that he's still trying on this. And the other problem is that show came out so early that by July it's forgotten. I mean,
Oh,
they could
not
try
if he keeps mentioning it. Not
I
if he
understand,
keeps it up.
but yeah,
Thank
There's
you.
nothing to stop him from not mentioning it.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Rick
exactly.
the electrician. I feel
Yeah,
like
I
this
agree
is
with
a
Rick.
classic Howard Stern caller calling in to say,
Oh,
you
it's
know,
a fake caller. Oh,
I
it's
didn't.
112%
Rick,
fake.
Rick is a fake caller right now.
Yes.
Mo, your Opie interview was a 10. You made him likable. I would say it's the quintessential
Oh.
major radio figure I have heard. Well done. Thank you so much. I plan on having him on again at some
You
point.
got the
in
ultimate compliment from somebody. Was it G Canada in the thread that said you can make the unlikable likable, which is like the ultimate compliment you
Which
could get.
is-
Really, is that's the highest praise.
Which is the opposite of what Howard can do. He can make anybody
Yes.
hateable. Completely,
Yes.
utterly hateable when
Yes.
he's done. You just don't like them
Right,
at
you
all.
came into it liking someone, and then you actually
You hurt them, and it's
not
like,
only
yeah.
can't stand them, but you almost feel bad for them because they're such a pathetic character.
But the thing is, the other problem is that it depends when he starts his vacation, because if he's gone, say he leaves in June, he's not going to be on the air at all before they're doing this. So how is he going to sit there and promote it without actually being around?
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, so he's so lazy, he's going to take his vacation. So
And
then what
Monique did
happens?
something on last week, I guess Wednesday. We took phone calls. Do you guys all remember when Howard, especially in the '90s, would brag about how, I don't screen my calls, we just take them as it is, and it's whatever they do, and we're just game for. That is the biggest horseshit. First of all, because I called in the late '90s 6 times, and it was like a James Comey FBI screening. I must have had to recite a transcript for a half hour straight. It's worse than sports radio. And Casey will tell you that. Will Murray, who is fucking absolute soporifically boring, going, what do you want to talk to Howard about? What do you want? And I'm sitting there trying to punch
Wow.
him. I'm like, wake
Wow.
up, you motherfucker! Snort some wines. He just sucks the energy right out of you. But you did what Howard used to brag he did, but he was completely lying. You took phone calls with no screening, which he'll never do, ever, ever. That's
You know what? Listen, okay, and yes, I did hear you people who listened to the show about hearing the ring on air. I will try and fix that. I'm not really sure how.
I think it's
but,
kind of fun. I actually find it
I
funny.
think it's funny too, but apparently when you're listening to it and you're about to go to sleep, it's a little bit annoying. So I don't know.
Why
but
do I put people to sleep? That's the Stern Show. The Stern Show's for that.
God knows. And just so you know, Dennis, Bon Jovi is having an absolute hairy conniption fit about your overmodulation. I don't know why.
I've been slowly trying to adjust it. I have no idea what's going on. I haven't touched anything. I literally don't.
I know. I never touched
I
this
touch
either.
nothing.
It just, and then all of a sudden
I'm
it
just
just kind
here.
of messes up. So just know that that's there. Okay. So
then goes Monique's gonna have a 2-hour special with Opie on HBO.
HBO, of course. I'm booking.
We're gonna replay that on
You
HBO.
know what? You may actually get 300,000 viewers.
I'm looking into it.
You might beat it.
Okay, so of course he would go to the Emmys. Let's hear him talk about that a quick second. Here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
If so, what happens? And I wish you get an Emmy nomination, but then when you go to the Emmy show, is that going to be a problem?
I would go to that because I'd have to go with
people.
Bruce. He'd be my date. And we'd have to go up and accept, and we'd accept together.
Would you kiss? You know how those dates do when you get
No,
nominated or you get your
stop
name
it.
called.
No, but I could see we'll
Bruce
just
would
go.
kiss each other.
We'll go on the red carpet. It'll be kind of cool, you know. I'll be very rock and roll.
Oh God, your dreams of your
Rock and roll.
delusions of how this is going to go down are they're almost pathetic. This is like the ramblings of an old man yelling at clouds at this point.
Oh, yeah,
and then he had the
absolutely.
balls after this. You know, and I think what he was trying to say here is that, you know, even though it was his interview, he'll be gracious enough to let Bruce take the accolades
serious?
for this. Yeah, listen to what he said. It was kind of weird. It's a short clip. Hang on.
Go for the gracious
Yeah.
move.
People want to hear what Bruce has to say, and I do too, quite frankly. So I would just say, Bruce, this is your really. It really is Bruce's Emmy. He was just fucking phenomenal when we.
Yeah, this is for you. This is your Emily. Emmy, you do the talking. I'll just stand
Yeah.
in the wings. Impossible. Never happened.
You do all the impressions back office, and I'll collect all the money and take credit for it.
Exactly. He is begging to be nominated, Coach. He just can't get enough of himself. And, you know, he thinks that this is his opus magnum, right? It's just going to be his thing, the thing that defines him for the rest of his life. And then
You know what
he'll
else
be
is
able to
funny?
retire.
When they did prank calls, Captain Jenks would call CNN and some crazy
Yeah,
thing.
and he took credit
And
for
Howard took credit for it. Like he's got
All day long.
absolutely nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
You know what I was looking for? I was
What?
looking for because the rock and roll thing made me think of him walking to Jennifer Aniston's and Justin Theroux's to get those awful
yeah,
Apo
yeah.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Mr. Rock and Roll with those black skinny jeans.
Oh,
and
with the
Yeah,
skull
that's
vodka?
Hot
We
Topic
just showed that last
Skull
week.
Mr. Rock and Roll.
So let me just top off the Emmy talk with this.
Yeah, we're gonna win the Emmy. It's pretty clear on that.
What else you
I'm
going to
just-
put up against that?
What else?
Yeah, they have nothing.
What
Oprah
else?
and Prince Harry?
Yeah.
I'll go up against her.
You will
But
have to
every-
go up against somebody. I'm just wondering what else is out there.
There's nothing else out there, Robin. Nothing. Yeah, she's been very vocal fry lately. It's driving me insane.
Oh, it's
But you know, the hubris to think that there's absolutely nothing else on TV that could possibly compare with his. By the way, somebody on Twitter checked the ratings this week for the Bruce Howard thing, and if I think if HBO has like 189 shows on, it came in at like 187.
nice.
So good job, Howard, keeping it in the people's forefront of people's memories right now.
What's
But
the
yeah,
show
so
on
I think
before
this is
Monique? The Lotus Man? What's on before that on Sunday night, 9:00 HBO Max?
Well,
White
it was
Lotus.
White Lotus, but not
Right.
anymore.
White Lotus,
That's
yeah.
over.
Right, so
now
the-
it's
the-
Succession.
Okay, so equally as embarrassing as you
Obsession.
have your really, I guess, flagship show at the time, and you completely butcher the carryover ratings to the next time slot. Like you couldn't have lost
You,
more. You think he'd just be able to coast a little bit on White Lotus's fit. He
you,
repelled people to point
yeah,
zero
exactly. I was
two.
just thinking about you. He not only did he not even keep some people curious, they were running to the TV to change the channel. Just
Exactly.
running like, Jesus, what is this? It's like,
Okay,
go off.
let's move on. And of course, and by the way, I'm gonna address this right now because you people drive me absolutely fucking crazy. Okay, there is not a single part of me that is, and you know what? The fact that you idiots don't give me more fucking credit than that. What do you think? What do you think? Because it's Grillo, I'm gonna like drop trow and
No,
have
Monique, I'm
what's
sorry.
wrong
That
with you
was
people?
Stu. That was me. I had a threesome with Roy and Willow from Bright Shot. That was me.
Seriously,
We had anal
what
sex.
is
We group anal sex.
wrong with you people? Give
Come on, he
me
has a great rollerblade story. Come
more
on,
credit than that, you assholes. So, like, my choices are basically Grillo, who comes up to hear on me, and a 75-year-old comedian whose home I went to with somebody else, and they were filming something the same day. So you go back to your stupid little Reddit. I'm pretty positive that was never confirmed, and nor would it be. You idiot. Okay,
As far
I'm
as
done.
they're concerned, you had a naked threesome on the jetty with Grace at 2
That's
o'clock
right.
in the morning.
I am saving myself a hypergeric. This
So,
is true.
Grillo didn't go, I'll give you some Dubchev liquor.
Dabjaliga.
We
Dabjaliga.
got to set up a rollerblading match with Grillo against Opie in Central Park and lap around.
Mo would fuck Fatty Arbuckle's corpse before.
What's up with that mean?
Sorry, I just
I
had
tell you,
to get that done.
I hate men. If there ever wasn't an example of hating men, it was that generalization just now. You see, midlife crisis, we hate men.
See what happens? You see, there's this weird assumption that yeah, let me just fuck anyone because it's Grillo or it's Jackie or it's Tim. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop chow for him. Yeah, you're so easy to troll.
It was actually I had sex with
touche,
Nancy
Stu.
Sirianni.
Touche. But you know what? Since I'm the one handling the scroll as it goes by, I can't help but read it. You big dummy. So you're a jerk, and I hate you for getting me. So touche, Stu. Touche. All right, let's move on. We called this last week. We did, in fact, call this. Here we go, real quick.
Man. Anyway, I'm going to take a little breaky poo. And then we got a lot more
From
show
what?
for you tomorrow. Brooke Shields going to stop by. She got an excellent documentary.
Did we not
out.
call that or
God damn
what?
it. I was thinking that today.
Oh, god damn. Yeah, that was too easy.
That was
way
too easy.
That was way too easy.
That was
God
too
damn it.
easy.
Oh, God. No, not Brooke Shields. This is your wiki.
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
Christ.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
be 2.5
bad.
hours of sheer hell.
Yeah, although I will confess, she is in my timeline. Brooke Shields, we all worshipped her as little girls. Thought she was the most gorgeous
Yes,
thing
when I was a
you've
little
ever
girl,
seen.
I worshipped her.
She really was. She was gorgeous, and she was definitely sexualized as a child.
Absolutely.
It's what it is. I just don't know if Howard is the right venue for Brooke Shields. But because Allie and her husband, George Snuffleupagus, are the producers or whatever's of it, that's obviously the reason.
So, I mean, you're going to have question after question about, death to all parents.
The mother.
But it's going to be death to all parents.
90 minutes, Dennis. You called.
90 minutes of death
What
to all
else does she
parents.
have to talk about besides modeling? Suddenly Susan.
mean,
We got to
she
talk about the
actually-
intricate plot lines from Suddenly Susan.
Well, I mean, she actually had a really big career after that. So,
But her childhood defined her, though. Her childhood.
understand it,
and
but,
listen, if anybody has the right to have deep-seated therapy needing,
understood.
is her, not him, not Howard.
Right.
Oh, I
her.
understood, but once again, though, but you can't talk about it like it's present day because she's obviously grown up and has and lives her life. and doesn't talk about how she didn't learn how to play guitar in high school.
Oh, I know.
So I mean,
Which is
so
why it'll
there's
be
a
interesting to see how
development with
he
her.
kind of, tries to associate with her issues. He'll probably try and say that, his mother tried to abuse him or so. I mean, it'll just be something stupid.
Or Beth relates. He's gonna draw
yeah.
comparisons to somehow Beth is in
What,
her weight
her
class.
principal went after her too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this. I love Rick the electrician. I wonder if Brooke would do Grillo.
Sean Young
Was-
would.
You know what? I have to tell you something. Grillo has such 6 degrees of separation with everyone. I could almost see that he knows her somehow. He definitely knows her.
Brooke Shields. Again, at the
Who,
top shelf
who
liquor.
else? Who else could get their own show one time on Sirius, or not in Sirius, on K-Rock, and interview Jodie Foster?
No, that was serious. You got it right the first time.
It was serious, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so
Howard
the fact
101,
that he
Jodie
got
Foster, right.
Jodie Foster on his show, which Howard's never done, was pretty.
That's right.
That was crazy.
fantastical.
You never see her interviewed either. Ever.
No, never, ever, even
And
to
she
this
definitely
day.
never show up on the Stern Show. Ever.
So he probably regrets not giving better questions than he probably did at the time. But I'd be interested in revisiting that one day.
Brooke's kind of a loose cannon, and I'm going to go back. Hopefully tomorrow I can have time to do this. All the times Kathy Griffin was on the Stern Show, and she's really good friends with Brooke Shields, and Howard would eviscerate her for years and years and years. And Kathy Griffin would come in and talk about how much Brooke hated his guts. It was just over and over again.
Really?
Yes, I can't wait to go back and revisit that.
Holden, I tend to agree just a little bit with you. She does have a very, very strange, angular, manly face now. It's like hardened,
Do you think she had work done and it just didn't kind of work?
I don't know, but since she's going to be in tomorrow, you can be sure I'll pull up a lot of pictures and we'll have a nice little
at this
discussion
point,
about her.
Benoit Benjamin's had plastic surgery. Everybody's had plastic surgery. Right?
Okay, I see what he means. I just saw. She doesn't even
Yeah,
look like
she's
herself
just very
anymore.
angular.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
So Rooster is saying that Kathy pokes fun at Brooke Shields.
Oh shit, that's right, Monique. The Tom Cruise crap was she a Scientologist?
Who, Brooke?
Yeah, she has some relationship with Tom Cruise. I think it's through Scientology. I forget what the kerfuffle was with those two.
Kerfuffle.
Yeah.
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
Oh my Don Kernoodle over here.
Kernoodle.
Kernoodle. Nice.
Lake Bell. That's a good one, Rupert.
Kernoodle is the name of one of the girls who got killed in the Idaho murders, and it just makes me. And her name
Yes,
just makes
that's
me
what
chuckle.
Do you remember that the paparazzi word over and over? Because you're a New Yorker, you are a
Looks like Bruce Jenner.
native New Yorker. The AJ
Oh my
Benzes
God.
would use canoodle in every fucking gossip column.
Canoodle.
and-
She
Canoodling.
actually,
Canoodling.
she looks just like Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
Now.
Now, all right.
Now. Oh my God. I feel so bad for her. Look,
You know what?
She
Don't
aged
feel
normally.
don't feel bad for her. She's had a life. She really has. She's had a life. Look at this
She's a-
stunner. Look at this. Ridiculous.
Dean
I mean,
Cain.
just as gorgeous as they come. Really, really, really just ridiculous. Just ridiculously beautiful. So yeah, I don't know what she's done to herself, and maybe it's just,
Oh, okay.
listen,
Thank you, Aaron Taylor, and everybody in the chat. You remember the Matt Lauer interview with Cruz when he was talking about how he's an expert on psychology, and it was about Brooke Shields going crazy. Remember that whole thing?
No.
This is great. So she'll have to bring up Matt Lauer to Howard. That's what that was over. When Tom Cruise had that huge fight with Matt Lauer, it was over Brooke Shields and psychology and medication. Right, thank you, Pibble Girl. Postpartum depression meds.
Yeah, that's right. She had that whole
Right.
thing at the postpartum. Yeah,
Yes.
that was a big thing. Of course, Howard won't talk about it.
What do you mean you have no idea who Sean Young is? What's wrong with you people?
a
Oh my
Great career
God,
in the
she
90s.
ruined like a $200 towel.
G. Kennedy, you never heard that story about her auditioning for Tim Burton? She just walked into his office in a Catwoman outfit when he was doing Batman Returns, and he just unsolicited, and he kicked her out. That was
Yeah.
that was a huge thing back then.
And do you not remember our most beautiful Sean Young in Blade Runner?
Yes,
She was just perfection in Blade
Natural.
Runner.
Rel Beauty.
and she was in Stripes too.
And she was in Stripes. Yeah.
She was in the
So Yeah, she was gorgeous. She was, of course, a robot, but you know.
The,
Yeah,
the best
hey.
story is her redecorating Gorilla's apartment.
Oh,
That's
the
so
best.
funny. That's
That
such a
is
funny
absolutely
story.
the best. I haven't spoken to her in a while. Maybe I'll call her tomorrow. See how she's doing. All right, let's move on. Okay, so I know we have some clips that can actually back end to this, but he seems to be weirdly, slightly jealous of Reese Witherspoon.
Oh God, it's been going on for years.
Why?
He couldn't
But-
get her on the show, first of all, and the whole
I
Ryan
know,
Felipe
but
thing.
Jesus
Now, here's the thing that's funny, and I don't know if he brought it up. I doubt he did. I didn't listen. The morning show with Jennifer Aniston, that's her friend. That's her fucking executive producer. The
Yes.
show is about Matt Lauer essentially being a rockayist.
Yes.
And it's bizarre that whole ties together. And they have Stern references on that show all the time.
Yeah, they do. They do. And a lot of the people that are on there, like John Hamm is on there now.
Yeah. Totally tied
so
into that crew.
It's that whole incestual group of people. Okay, so net worth of Reese Witherspoon. Go.
Well, one of the clips I sent you claims that she was the highest paid actress at that time, and that was 2010. So
me
I'm
net
going
worth.
to go with
All right.
200 million.
I'll go 300 million.
400 million.
Wow.
Do I get prices right rules?
400 million.
Yeah, I mean, she got those Legally Blonde movies made tons of cash, and she got
it's,
paid.
Yeah.
it's not
Probably
even
a
that. It's when she started her own production company.
Oh yeah, and she makes production company too. Yeah.
And so she's making a shit ton of money. Let me see what she's done in terms
She's
of her-
phenomenal on the morning show. She's brilliant on that. She's
Oh my god,
phenomenal.
she completely.
But
like,
she took all that
rules.
money she earned and actually made it make more money. That's why she
Yeah.
has net worth.
But you're right,
because-
Dennis, about Legally Blonde, because it
Yeah.
probably took no budget at all to make that movie. And if
No.
it made
Oh, it
9
made-
figures over and
Oh,
over
it
again,
made-
that probably went
it
right
made
into
a
her
lot.
pocket.
That was a big movie. All of them were actually.
So she
So-
co-produced Big Little Lies, which was huge on HBO.
Yeah, that's HBO though.
She,
That's not movies.
Well, but she basically buys these books and they make them into movies. And let's see. So she's got the morning show right now. Trying to see what else she's doing. Little Fires Everywhere.
You're looking at what she's producing?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
apparently
her name's
she
on
just,
everything.
So she had Type A Films, which she sold for a shit ton of money. That had all the
So-
rights to like all these, future
So-
books. Yeah.
Legally Blonde cost $18 million to make,
Go ahead.
and it made $141 million
Yeah,
worldwide.
good call. I mean, yeah,
So,
that's
I mean-
quite a profit.
yeah,
that's the game.
They made money on that movie. They made a lot of money on that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So he's a little jealous of her, and let's hear what he has to say about her.
Well, I think that she either equals him or has more money than him.
Talking about her husband, and Robin, you have no fucking idea what you're talking
No,
about.
she's
She's worth
worth
$400 million. Okay.
She has. I looked it up. She has more money than him, and the reason she's got more. You say, well, how many movies has she done? She's got a production company she sold for a couple of $100 million. Go figure that one
I
out.
think it was about $1 billion. I think
Yeah.
she sold
Yeah,
that
it's,
thing for.
no, well, 112.
I started years ago. I opened a production company, and I had a lot of shows, and I sold them and everything.
Howie
Listen to him blowing smoke up his own ass.
Yes.
Okay. Just name a few of the shows you sold. I'm curious about this. Let's go back a little bit. Here we go.
How are we going to prove it, too?
No, you never prove it.
Opened the production company, and I
Howie
had a lot of
Brasco.
shows, and I sold them and everything.
What shows? What shows did you sell?
Son of the Beach.
Yeah. What else you got? What else you got?
That's
Howard
it.
Stern, the high school years, Doomsday.
Oh no, that
the
didn't.
Robert
no.
Schimmel Show.
Nope, didn't.
No,
happen.
they didn't get sold?
Thank you,
No.
Josh Foster. Reese Witherspoon was interviewed by Simon Raskin
What
at the release party for Freeway.
You are crazy.
Bowery Bar in 1996.
Wow.
Never,
That's
never
it
gonna
never
let
gets
you.
old.
Never gets old.
He finds
Couldn't
a
make
new
a
way.
dime. You didn't make a penny. It was a lot of work, constantly meetings, reviewing scripts and stuff. I go, I don't even want to be doing this shit. I just want to do a radio show. I shut down that production company so fast.
Yeah, why? because you couldn't make any money at it, because you didn't know how to do it, because everything you tried to throw out to everybody was exactly your radio show, except in a different form.
Well, he couldn't make money with it because he's too friggin' lazy to
Yeah.
make money with it.
Well,
Because-
but
yeah,
also
and-
he wants too much money for what he thinks
Yes.
he's
Oh,
worth.
well, yeah.
He
Both-
way
both
overvalues
valid.
himself.
Both
because
valid.
Buckworld
Yep.
will never take back end. He'll only want money up front.
Up front.
So always up front, which is actually a really for making lots of money. Well, he kind of got lucky with Sirius, but for making lots of money, usually that's the way you do it. is
And
to get
he
on
won't
back
put
end.
any of his own money into it.
Oh, no.
No, well,
it's
you're not
necessary
supposed to. I mean, listen, that's the way wealthy people make more money.
Monique, he is so rich. I don't think people grasp how much money he has. How
Yeah, he
easily
is.
he could fund a film by himself. Easily, how easily.
But he
could
wouldn't
fund...
unless it's a vanity project, unless it's something that you're really committed to, your life story, your seminal project that has everything to do with you. Nobody puts their own money in. It's the way the world works. You want investors, you give them money at the front and at the back and call it a friggin' day.
Didn't Mel
And that's
Gibson
it.
do that?
Well,
Coppola-
Coppola did that in his early
I don't know.
movies.
But you know what?
Coppola
Mel
did.
Gibson believed in his projects. Apocalypto is probably one of the finest movies I've ever seen in my life. And you know what? A deserving man. I mean, an asshole at the heart of things, but a deserving
Hey.
man.
Well, you can't have it
You'll
both
have a
ways.
fault.
If you're a control dominion narcissist and you want autonomy over everything, you're gonna have to pay for it if you want your own say, because you have never proven you can do anything.
Because
So
he'd
if you
rather
wanna-
make money than give out money. That's the end
Exactly.
of the story. And there's no turning around from that. So then Robin says, oh, the reason that she's making money and that she makes money with this production company is because she was able to tap into like this chick lit that she was really into, and she read a lot of these books. So of course, Howard can't stand reading, so he needs to let us
They
know
were
about
women-oriented stories.
Well, they
and
lost
these
me.
companies are now hot for women-led anything.
that. Okay, Robin.
You lost me at reading. I fucking can't stand it.
That's
I don't know that she read it. She had
When
a
I-
bunch of staff doing it.
When I had the production company, my agent would call me and go, "Yeah, we just got the script and you got to read it this weekend." I went, "Really? Can't you just read it?" They go, "No, they want your input." I go, "Well, if you just tell me what, like, give me the, the cliff notes."
Which is exactly how you read or watch anybody's movie or book that you see. That is,
He is the perfect combination of lazy and stupid.
lazy and
he-
stupid.
He is. I mean, he really is lazy and very stupid. 69
I
IQ may be pushing it at this point.
I just read the Johnny Depp's UK transcripts again. You know how
Yeah.
much longer that is than an actual movie script?
Absolutely.
It took me an evening, a couple hours with the radio. That's how easy that is to do.
Well, the other thing though, a script isn't Citizen Kane. I mean, the script.
No,
is,
I know.
Exactly.
I know.
It's light reading. I mean, it's
Yes,
really
and
not
a lot
difficult.
of paragraph breaks, right?
Yeah.
It
I mean-
absolutely is. You get the main gist of what's going on. You can actually skip. A boy walks in, boy walks outdoor.
Well, you
There's,
have your
it's
stage-
okay.
You have the
Yeah.
stage directions in there and whatnot. You can just kind of skip and you kind of look at the main dialogue and just kind of. But I mean, he's making it sound like he's reading War and Peace.
Oh
on the
my God,
weekend.
this is the best clip. Wait till you hear. This is so stupid. I can't even believe it.
The reason I work in radio is because I hate reading. I want to read.
But the problem is, see, you do have a full-time job.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon has plenty of time between movies
Yeah.
to read other scripts.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Or
She's got
even
all that
while
free.
she's on the set when they're waiting for everything to be set up.
Right, Robin. I'm busy with my full-time job.
Sure.
I think Reese Witherspoon works more in 2 weeks than he does in an entire year.
Absolutely.
In terms of what you consider work. He
So-
has 14 hours a day to watch transvestite TV and horrible network reality shows that are 2 hours.
1,000-pound women.
Yeah,
he
right.
is off. What is he off? 270 days a year. He's off 270 days a year
Might be more than that, Dennis. I think
because
it's
he
more
works
than
like
that.
92 days. 365.
Well, we can do the math very, very easily.
Yeah,
you guys.
so it's 200. He's off 273 days. He's off 273 days a year, but he doesn't have time to read because he has a full-time job. He's off more than people work.
We need Price Waterhouse to do the math for that.
LA City
Ernst and
News
Young.
says Howard could have been a huge movie TV producer, but he just didn't feel like it. He just wanted to do radio. Reese's success isn't that big of a deal. Howard could have done it. He just didn't want to. Yeah, that's what he's basically saying to us.
That's the lie he's trying to propose.
I had
to
a
us.
production company. I sold things left and right, but I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to work for it.
The worst thing is he tries to make it look like he has some semblance of integrity to, like he's turning stuff down, or he's the most lowbrow, non-artistic motherfucker with the worst.
Think
brand.
about how many stories did we have of him having game shows that they were proposing to him? It
That's
used
the
to be
laziest
one a
job in
month.
the world.
One a
Game
month.
show.
But he's like, oh my God, they want me to do a game show, but I have to entertain them. No, they don't. That's not what it was. They never came to you.
He can't comprehend what it's like to do actual hard work. He has been, as Effie just said, he has been the veal for such a long time.
Yeah, you can't break out of that.
Yeah, there's nothing to break out of.
You don't suddenly become ambitious when you're 69 years old.
No, that's why he likes sitting by himself in a room, listening to, Train and doing, color by numbers. That's what he does. That's
But
what
also,
he does.
could you imagine being as wealthy as him and you sit around also counting other people's money?
Oh,
Like he's
he loves
worried about. We're supposed to believe what he just said, that somehow Reese Witherspoon is way wealthier than he is. Like
No,
you're
that's
never
not even
gonna.
true.
Well, that's the way he's trying to pray.
I know.
Why would you even care about anybody else's money if you were a billionaire like that?
And by the way, P.S., she's not that far away from you in terms of success and millions. Honestly, not that far away from you, Howard.
I've never seen somebody. I mean, this really is a total analysis of somebody that's done so little with so much. If you really think about it, he has so much time
access
and
too.
wealth and access
And people, phone numbers to people that he could wheel in.
and does
Ivan
nothing.
Reitman, for Christ's sake. Does it get any higher than that at that point?
No,
Does
didn't.
nothing with it.
No, nothing.
That's
Because
very
he
crazy, Rob.
can't. Because deep down inside, he knows that he can't do anything but the radio show. He knows it. It's just like Jackie. Jackie can only do. Oh, what's this?
Oh, Jesus.
Just
Why?
announced, Stuttering John will be on with Chrissy Mayer on Wednesday. Water under the bridge. Very excited to see these two catch. I don't know if I don't believe that. I'm still.
Was that on April 1st that was done?
I'm still a little on the fence with this. I can't imagine of all people that's where he would go. I can't imagine that. I'm really hoping it's not somebody reaching out to her, making believe to be Stuttering John, because we've all been fooled by that as well,
Yes, we all have.
and claiming that it's him. So I'm just not really sure. Two
Frank
Messa says
Pellegrino.
false alarm. Allegedly, John tweeted out that an
Yeah,
imposter
of course it is.
emailed Chrissy.
Too
Oh,
much to
so
know
Bon
all.
Jovi got taken again.
It's Frank
Why are you
Pellegrino's
picking on
the
our
agent.
bond, Jackie? Why are you
I'm
picking on
sorry.
our bond?
I'm sorry.
Come
Thank you,
on.
Sidney Clausen, by the way, for the Brooke Shields comment.
Be
and the
nice, everybody.
It's a night. It's beautiful fall down there.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I don't know. So then he got into a conversation. No, I said she claims this is not a bit. She may think that, but you never know with him. He's, people have been known to mimic being him. You know that. Do we know that KC was contacted by him? I believe that it was, but who knows? Who knows?
You know how trusted Frank Pellegrino's intel is.
His intel is
He's the
This is
agent
all
from
very
Janowski,
nefarious.
Stuttering
It's too
John.
nefarious.
second to none. So apparently one of Beth's high school friends was over this weekend, and she slept over last night. So I guess she came in for dinner on Sunday, even though it was kind of weird that Beth was talking about dessert last week because her friend was coming for dinner.
Yeah. The timeline really doesn't make any sense in that house. It's like
No.
it's just this time space continuum is like
It's all fucked. Yeah,
not
there's nothing-
linear.
Yeah,
Nice
not
street
really
used to
sure.
be linear, Dennis.
Was it a boy or a girl that came?
I don't know. Details.
Who's the principal, Dennis?
Details are
Exactly.
absolutely hazy. Yeah, John is a new man. He has a new house to fill with cat shit, of course, naturally.
Classic Sputnik.
Okay, so let's move on. So she has a high school friend who's over. I don't even know what these clips are about, to be honest with you. So here we go.
My wife has her friend from high school visiting. She slept over last night, and we had dinner together. And
Me.
it was kind of a good day for me because I my wife was like, we're just going to have girl time. So you go do whatever you have to do. And I like that. And I painted all yesterday. I put in about 6 hours of painting.
Great show. Good
And it
stuff.
was very relaxing. I like that. Yeah.
Call
You know,
me
and I was on the phone with the kids and blah, blah, blah. And they were,
So that's Sunday. What'd you do Saturday, Friday,
Thursday.
Thursday, and
Wednesday
Wednesday
afternoon.
night?
Wednesday
Yeah.
evening. Right.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Right.
dating
That's
me.
all we
So
got.
it was a good day. And then
You're sounding a little Rain Man-ish, you know.
Yeah, nice vocal fry,
What do you
Fairy.
mean?
I painted. It was like 6 hours, and that was a good day. Yeah.
yeah.
Good call, Robin. I
Unlike
agree
Rain
with
Man.
you.
Who? What?
Robin's just calling him out for the lack of passion and the shitty.
Absolutely,
intonation.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. I
But-
mean, this past weekend, his weekend, the past 4 days where he lives, it has been absolutely beautiful.
Stunning weather.
Stunningly beautiful. And there's so much going, and of course, there's a ton going on. And this Finocchio is painting in his dark room.
He doesn't want
listening
to run into MAGA country
9
again,
inch,
Dennis.
listen to 9 Inch Nails. You know,
And go to a dark place while he
gets
paints
that dark
barns.
place.
You know, I wonder what he paints when he's down in Florida. He doesn't really have barn reference. You know, he doesn't have. He
Dance
doesn't have
papers.
like dunes
sand.
and barns.
Sand.
What does he
Sand.
have? I mean, really, Palm
Sand.
Beach and that whole environment is the most overbuilt part of Florida that there
It
is.
is absolutely iguanas.
Iguanas.
Did you say environs instead of environment?
Yes, environs.
Wow.
It's an environ.
Look at you
Ooh.
with your little environs over there.
Mr. D.
I don't
Mr.
say
D.
environment. I
Flowers.
say environs.
You know how stupid I am that these things come out of my fucking brain? Seriously.
That's good. That's
There's
how
like-
well read you are. The opposite of Howard. That's what we're
I
reading.
don't even understand it.
G Canada. Come on, Dennis. There's nothing, absolutely nothing for an insanely wealthy to do in Miami.
Well, first off,
Oh,
it's
no.
Palm Beach, which is a good like hour and a half, 2 hours
doesn't
from
matter. You just-
Miami. But there's nothing
car.
there. There's no you know, at least where he is in the Hamptons, there is like barns and lakes and dunes and
Oh,
all
no,
sorts of stuff. But Palm Beach is so oversaturated with multimillionaires and these. Did anybody catch the video I put on YouTube the other day of? I wanted to do a little explanation of that so you guys understood where I was coming from on it. So hold on, I'm just gonna pull that up really, really quickly. I
But
want
the
to show
thing
you
is,
guys this.
he's only
Yeah.
minutes away from other places that aren't overbuilt. That you know,
You got to
and
remember,
there's-
we're dealing with a pathological liar.
I know,
Dennis. That's what
I
he's
know.
telling us. And then cut to a couple months from later, he has on, I don't know, Bryant Gumbel. He's like, hey, we hung out. And then you go, oh, wasn't that the same week? You said you did nothing but paint? Like he's got that celebrity gag order, and I don't believe anything he says.
So I go past this house all the time
Yep.
because it's on a street
Vivek.
that I cut through so that I could avoid the traffic. And the people that live on this block absolutely cannot stand that people cut through for obvious.
wow.
Wow.
Bon Jovial did that? That's so
Of
Yes.
course. Bond
Bonnie
behind
on
the
the spot.
scenes.
So this is Vinnick, the owner of the Lightning's house.
Correct. That is correct. Okay, so this is a 15,900 square foot house.
Pauper.
Howard Stern's house is still, the main house is still 3,000 square feet bigger. Plus, he has another house on the property that's about 2,700 square feet. So I'm driving, and of course, there's traffic, you know. So I'm like, you know what? Let me videotape this so people can see just how big this house is. It's tremendous. And all those trees, he brought them in old. Like, so like the palm trees in front and everything, those are all his. Like he brought those in. They spent tens of thousands of dollars just on palm trees. And then there's glass that goes all the way through to the water. And
You did this, Monique?
yeah, I just did this.
What are you waiting for debuting this? This is a throwaway? This is better than mine.
Yeah, I just did it. It's just a short.
Still
it's just
driving.
a short.
Oh, you finally got
That's
to the
okay.
end.
That's
Still
okay.
driving.
It's great.
Exactly. So I finally got to the end. So this is just a big freaking place. And-
It's like when you're passing a freight train. When a freight train's out, you know, you're at the crossing. You're waiting for it to go by.
And by the way, I don't know if you can see it up there, but there's covers on the outdoor furniture. He's not been here since I can't even tell you when.
Absolute waste of a waste of a waste. All is wasted on this guy. You could fit the Miami Marlins could play spring training in that
Yes,
fucking
they could.
property.
It's just unbelievable. But again, Howard's house is still
Bigger.
3,000 feet bigger. The regular house. So Howard still has another 6,000 square feet on this guy. I mean, it's
Think
just
it's-
unbelievable to me.
Think he's coming back to the studio anytime soon? Looking at the Galactus-like carbon footprint in that
Nope. Nope. Nope.
And
Okay.
remember, he
video,
has a-
Monique.
Well, thank you, sir. So anyway, so then he goes into talking about how he's listening to Beth and her girlfriend talk about their time in high school and how jealous he is of girls who actually had a normal, I mean, I would think normal high school experience, especially if you go to a school where it's all very lily white bread and, you know, you can be on the teams and you can play sports
Yeah.
and, you know, we've all seen the Beth introduces us to her high
and
school.
special treatment from your principal.
Special treatment. Yes, 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 yes. So let's listen to the high school years. Here we go.
So I had a pretty, free day to myself and my wife and her, but we had dinner together, and then
So what?
I was hearing about their high school days. And I'm like, oh, they had these, I don't let on, but these two had such a different high school life than me. They wouldn't have even paid attention to me in high school. Like,
No.
My wife.
No,
like,
I think it was
you
exactly
remember
the same.
homecoming, and then we played on the basketball team together. And my wife's friend goes, yeah, I remember you were dating this one, I was dating, and I'm like, wow. High school sounded like a whole different
They
reality
had
from what I
one
had.
of those movie high school
Yeah, right.
experiences, not a real one.
Okay, so here's a heads up. I think most people, and again, I went to high school in the city, so I don't think it was kind of like the same as your suburban high school
way
with
different.
the cool kids, the
Yep.
geeks, the emos,
Plus, you don't even live in the area, right? PS fucking Pi you went to, and you're switching 5 subway switches to go to high school. You don't even know the kids in your own area that you go to school in. That's how it works,
No.
right?
They're all new to you. They're all new. And plus, I was in a grade later than mine, so I didn't know any of them. It's crazy.
That's how you use
So-
environs in a sentence.
But the other part is they went to high school in completely different eras.
Yes.
He went to high school in
20
the
years.
60s.
Yeah, you're not peers, right?
She went to high school in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
a giant difference between the two.
You're not contemporaries.
You're not
You're not
contemporaries.
Generation X. You're not Generation X, Howard.
But how are you jealous? How are you so jealous of people just dating in high school? Or, I mean, it's just normal, no? I mean,
Remember, he wants to be that pretty girl. He
Yes.
really does. He really wants to be that pretty girl. It's just not happening.
so desperate to sit at the cool kids table. That's why he's with Beth, because that is everything he wanted to be in high school. Cheerleader,
a blonde
popular.
girl.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
He
Yes.
wanted
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Even
Gwyneth
though, yeah, but
Paltrow.
Gwyneth, no, but see, Gwyneth was a completely different story. Gwyneth was complete New York City. She probably went to Spence or something. Her parents
Oh, yeah,
paid
but I'm
like
saying Beth wants to be
$60,000 a
Gwyneth
year for
Paltrow.
her education. She went skiing every
Yes.
winter. She probably went
Upper
to
East
Vail.
Side,
and-
Nepo baby privilege. In
oh
every
my
the
God,
highest order.
complete privilege.
Her fucking.
But that's a whole
godfather,
nother
Steven Spielberg.
world. That's
Yeah,
a
I know.
whole nother world. And like
But
Beth's
no,
world
I brought
was-
up Paltrow because at the Nobu table, he was looking at that, and that was a metaphor of the high school with money. That's I mean, that's literally a lunch table he's trying to get at, and that Gwyneth Paltrow was at that table. That was his aspiration his whole life.
It's funny we talk about Nepo Baby. I was realizing it during the Oscars when Jamie Lee Curtis went up to accept her award. I was like, gosh, she's the original Nepo Baby.
Yeah, she
Yes,
really
she
is.
Absolutely.
When you think about it, right?
God, so is
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges.
So is
Right?
Jeff Bridges.
gets Michael
that's right.
Douglas. They all get passes because, why?
Yeah.
Because they forged that. Like Michael Douglas is kind of bigger than his dad, which is kind of strange. Jeff
No,
Bridges
Kirk
is kind of
Douglas
bigger
was
than-
tremendous
Douglas
in
is
his
much
I
time.
don't know. That's
No,
a good
Kirk-
question, actually. I don't
Kirk
know.
Douglas was tremendous.
Spartacus.
His
He was-
Spartacus, for God's
He was
sakes, exactly.
Spartacus. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
He was tremendous. He was tremendous.
But he was
All
in
right.
Disclosure, for Christ's sake.
So Howard then starts to go into a conversation about how, so Samantha comes on. So now it's Sam's turn to shine for another solid hour. So he starts talking about not rummaging, my friends, not rummaging,
No.
rumbling through his parents'
Rumbling.
stuff. Rumbling. Here we go.
I would go to my parents.
You're absolutely correct, Tone Cott. Most of the popular girls from high school are now fat single moms. You're so right. You know, that's why Facebook became as popular as it was. Facebook, when it first started, I remember kids being that age saying, "Ooh, you know, there's a wait list to get onto this new Facebook thing, and you have to be invited by somebody from another college." And it was a whole big thing. It was a whole big thing. But then it became, I want to see what that guy I absolutely like was head over heels in love with in high school looks
Schadenfreude.
like now. And most of the time, they don't look great. I mean,
No,
let's be honest. And so then you take, you know, some secret, deep-rooted pleasure in the fact that
Yeah.
they look like shit. And Howard admits to still doing that. He admits
Oh,
to
absolutely.
still
70.
looking
Almost
at
70
girls
years
from the
old.
70s who are 70 years old to say, "Oh, you know, look at me. I got the 50-year-old shiksa." And you girls are just like a bunch of fat Jewish divorced women. All right, sorry. Let me continue on. Here we go.
Parents' room as soon as they left.
Let me go back.
I would go to my parents' room as soon as they left the house, and I was just like I was with the FBI. I just wanted to see what was doing.
Yeah.
And they were
Why?
doing the same thing to me. I had no privacy. So, you know, I just would like start to rumble around in my dad. My dad had
Rummage.
this desk
It's
that
rummage.
he loved. He loved the desk more than he loved me.
Yeah, sure.
He would sit
Everything,
there at
everything.
his desk, and like if I went near it, he would yell at
Yeah, so he goes into this whole big stupid shit show about, you know, his father's desk, and this is like you know, it's like his little secret stash of stuff. So here's what he finds in the desk.
So when they would leave the house to do whatever fucking stupid chores they had to do to
Howie
keep the whole
Brasco.
thing going.
Do you hear how he says these? Like, why does he even say that? Like, why is that even part of the story to say that?
Stupid fucking chores. Just basic bitch maintenance you do in a house like any
because-
idiot would do.
Because he has to be the victim no matter what. He
Perpetual
has to
victim.
Be the victim.
Perpetual. I'm going to start it again. Oh, sorry.
damn.
Sorry. I went to something else. Hang on.
He would leave the house to do whatever fucking stupid chores they had to do to keep the whole thing going. I got right in there. And then, like, I remember looking through and I'd find my dad had some really fucking crazy porn. And I was like, holy shit, my whole perception changed that day. I go, my
remember when he-
father? Like, does he? I didn't even think he fucked my mother anymore. And then I found his rubbers, condoms.
Well, what do
He
you mean
had a
crazy porn? What do you mean
It
crazy?
was like books, like books you read. You know what
No
I mean? Like not
pictures, right.
pictures, like, and they were like, you know,
He's
like these
making this
horrible,
up.
like, you know, kind of bondage or some weird shit, whatever they would write about. And I'm like,
He's making.
and
this
then he
up.
had like condoms, like a gross of condoms. I'm like, who's he? He's fucking my mother that much that he's got a gross? A gross should last him his whole life.
a gross of condoms.
Does
Stupid
Howard
conversation.
understand? Does Howard understand how many are in a gross? I don't think he knows that there's 144 in a gross. I don't think he understands that. I honestly, there was probably one package, 12.
I'm just curious
don't even
what a
think there were any.
condom situation was like in the 60s.
Not
Like,
a big.
Was that like a big usage thing?
No, I don't think so at all.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough about that.
Yeah, I mean, because that condoms are more like, from my understanding, what was it, like the 70s, like the whole.
I don't really know. I know
Yeah,
that
that
you know,
seems
I went to Pompeii, and I know that they had like lambskin condoms back then. So I know that they were a something. But the fact that his father would have like a gross, which is
144 of
144, it's a gross. Is
What am
yeah,
I
and
buying
okay,
bottle rockets at South
Yeah.
Border?
so
over
wait, Brazil
here
is like,
with
wait, he's talking to
Gucci?
Sam about this? Yes, he's having this
yes.
conversation while Sam is on her Zoom machine.
She's zooming in.
You know, a conversation about her mom, and apparently the fans went crazy for Sam's mom, who's, by the way, a loon, and so is Sam. But let's listen about the condoms a little bit more.
My mother that much that he's got a gross? A gross should last him his whole life. And I'd count how many condoms they went through for the week, and I was up till
Anybody believe this? Anybody at
No.
all?
No,
Absolutely not.
Well, this
This
is
is
what you remember. We had that psychologist on, Dr. Sara Sarkis.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she's supposed to be psychologically acute and cynical and see through stuff. She's the opposite. She was complete fucking lemming and rube and believes this bullshit. This trollop Sam is the perfect mark for him to spread his bullshit. She's not going to push back. She's not going to see through, and believes this professional martyr, $96 a week, and the bullshit with his parents. He had the greatest parents in the world that he's somehow abused as a kid and has all this trauma. She's the perfect mark to listen to this horse shit. and buy
Absolutely.
into it
Absolutely. Let's
and
continue
nod
with the
along. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes. Let's continue with the clip. Hang on.
Like, because I was like, I could detail their fucking by looking, through that shit.
Right.
What a stupid show. What a dumb
But
So
show.
I
what
would
did
like-
you get as a number? Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly because it was hard to. And I said maybe my dad gets off on jerking off
Thank
into
you,
the
Rick.
fucking rubbers that way. I don't know what I don't know. I just can't imagine my mom was up for fucking that much. There's
Ida, the mother is 68. So yes, she is younger than Howard, but only by the littlest
Months.
bit. But okay, this is a gross conversation. Let's continue
this is
on.
vile.
Let's continue on.
I'd go in and do a forensic deep dive on how many rubbers were used. I
No.
Why?
tracked everything. I was that kind of kid, and then I stumbled upon his
Kid?
glass eye, and I freaked out. And then I
Now, how do you stumble upon somebody's glass eye when they should be using it? I'm just curious.
No, Ben had a spare.
Oh, he had a spare eye.
He had a spare eye.
Spare
right?
eye.
The glass eye we never heard about for 40 years on the radio. Never heard about the glass eye. All of a
But
sudden
now
we
he's
have
finding
glass
it in the
eyes.
draw, along with the gross of condoms and some
Grosses of condoms
bondage reading
and
material.
weird porn and weird bondage porn books.
Reading
Nothing would be
material.
more fascinating than
reading.
stumbling around 17 Squabble Lane or Plug Beach and looking for his fucking plastic surgery, vanity secrets all over that place. Nothing would be more fascinating than that. got
It's amazing.
nothing
Like,
on it.
I get that kids rifle through their parents' stuff. Like, I was always looking for money personally. I would go through my mother's my wallets, her pocketbooks, looking for change. I'd get an occasional like Doublemint gum or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what you do. But the fact that he's a kid and he's looking at his father's
That's right.
bondage reading
Yeah.
porn stash, I don't believe.
I don't believe that for a second.
No.
He's such a straight out, typical parent of that generation. Has nothing to do with
Ben
that.
is
such bullshit.
Ben is a child of the Depression. That really is not that group's gig, man. That really isn't. I mean, weird.
I mean, I get that he might, yes, I've heard many a story from people Howard's age, Jews that grew up in Long Island whose fathers all had porn stashes, and they would like charge their friends to go down the basement and watch them on the 8mm projector. That seems to be a very, very stable story of growing up in the 60s in Long Island for some reason. I don't know why, but I believe that. And remember, we had his friend on, John, the one that
Yeah.
went to camp with him, and he
Yeah.
said they used to go to his house and they would watch porn down in the basement. That's worthy of a re-listen one day, Johnny.
You got to speed him up because he is.
No,
he
we'll
is
just cut to
ambient.
the things that were
Yeah,
important.
that's
so
true.
we can
Remember-
edit it.
But remember also with that. Remember his parents were fairly liberal with that, but also part of it was to try to keep the little prince from becoming a princess. Because
Yeah.
that's why he got Playboy when he was like 13.
Yes.
Because I think they kind of had that inkling.
Yes, Lisa Stein, Ben was in the military, but he did not see action, nor did he go overseas. He was stationed somewhere out in Long Island, and we had a theory that he was at the Japanese internment camp in Long Island, but we can't be sure of that. I remember one time a couple of years ago, we tried to get his records, his military records, but for some reason,
We can't
one of the
find
guys who was trying to do it, I think, no longer was on our website, and then I kind of lost track of him.
But that's
we could do
family-
that.
Well, I can probably do that. I have an account with the family thing because I do.
So let's do it.
ancestral. Yeah,
Let's
okay.
do it
I'll look
because
and
that
see
would
if
be
I can
really
find those
amazing to
military
see
records.
that he was at the Japanese internment camps
I'm
as
almost,
a.
I'm almost guaranteeing that at this point. Just because the way Howard was with those tapes.
With
yeah,
the Japs?
Yeah, they don't need the Japs anymore. Nah.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue the Glass Eye Club. Hang on.
made myself look at it like that kind of kid, and then I stumbled upon his glass eye, and I freaked out, and then I made myself look at it like quickly, and then I got nervous. What if he realizes I touched his desk because he had such OCD? Everything was lined up perfectly in that desk. What if he sees I moved it? Oh my God, it was crazy.
And that's why you're bad at math.
Yes, Sam. That's why he's bad at math. Yes, Sam.
Nice vocal fry,
Jesus
Tinkerbell.
Christ.
There's nothing worse than listening to him restrained and whispering over the chiclet teeth. God damn it. That's
But the
that
fact that he's
alone.
having this conversation with Sam.
Yeah. Confide in the person who's been there for 3
Who's
months.
been on the, she couldn't be on the show for more than 2 years at this point. I mean, there's no way
Right.
she's
As a whole.
gonna
She's a new
I-
character, but she's been with the show a little while.
a little while, but not that long. And it's like, this is why there's nothing organic on this show anymore,
Yes.
because there is no way in hell he should be having this type of deep connection with somebody that barely, functions around him.
He should be confiding in Scott the engineer like this, right, Dennis? That's the guy who put in the time to hear these stories.
Of course.
So then he goes on to talk to us about being in ninth grade. And again, Sam's still here. And he's talking about how he was in remedial reading.
Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Yeah, now I find it really hard to believe this story. So he's talking about how in ninth grade they were reading Itsy Bitsy. Now I've struggled to see if there's even like a variation on Itsy Bitsy Spider that could possibly be what he would read in ninth grade. So these are kids that are what, like 14 years old, 13, 14 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're reading a book that is meant for ages 1 through 3. So the fact that he's in this class, number one, is crazy to me, because that means that he came out of 8th grade, junior high school, as an idiot, and they put him into like remedial English. But to be reading Itsy Bitsy, I mean, is probably like it's like embarrassing. So here he is. It is the retard class. You're exactly right, Aaron. Here we go.
And that's like the guy who was just beating me up for my pants and told me I was going to die. He'd stand up and go,
Okay, this is him reading Itsy Bitsy as the ninth grader who beat him up, right?
Take your time. It's a bitsy, whatever the fuck this guy, went to town. And everyone would be like, you know what I mean? But I didn't laugh because this guy was going to beat the shit out of me.
So John,
And she
was
goes,
that
Howard,
his,
why don't you get up and...
Yes, Dennis?
So John, is that his vocal blackface?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
It's a part of calling himself. He loves not to know, and he loves to paint himself. This is a great way to paint yourself as some underdog martyr that made it big because I had so much against me. I was in a remedial
All the
reading
adversity.
class.
Adversity.
Yeah, all the adversity.
No
How does
problem.
a kid who's in remedial reading make it this far? That's what
That's
he's
right.
doing.
Here we
Itsy
go.
went to town. Itsy Bitsy was very talented. Itsy
I hate
Bitsy had
that.
2 parents who loved him. Itsy Bitsy loved all the people.
How do you not know Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout? Like, how do you not know the book?
69 IQ. That's how you don't know it. He's a friggin' idiot. He's an idiot.
Oh, this is Rockville. This is Rockville Center, right?
No,
Southside
this
High
is
School,
he
John O'Reilly's.
moved into Rockville Placenta in 10th grade.
Yeah,
So,
right. This is what is he?
This
but
is ninth grade.
This is ninth grade. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Itsy Bitsy had friends. Itsy Bitsy had a beautiful smile.
Would you read the whole book? How long?
Yeah. Oh, I was a
Itsy Bitsy?
show off. I was a show off. But
right.
you
So
get
he's
up.
telling us that it was
Shit.
so bad that he got up
You're
and
gonna beat
started.
the shit out
Well,
of me.
that changes everything. It's black
And she
people
goes,
can't
Howard,
read.
why
It's
don't you
actually
get up
racist.
and read?
He's
And I'd
actually
be
saying
like,
all black people can't
No
read.
problem. Itsy Bitsy went to town. Itsy Bitsy was very talented. Itsy Bitsy
This
had
is
2
him reading
parents
the
who
book.
loved him. Itsy Bitsy loved all the people. Itsy Bitsy had friends. Itsy Bitsy had a beautiful smile.
Would you read the whole book? How long?
Yeah. Oh, I was a
Itsy
show
Bitsy?
off. I was a show off. I'm like, and the teacher's like, wow.
No,
No.
No.
No way. No.
no,
No.
no.
Jesus.
It's him saying the entire black race in Roosevelt can't read and are illiterate except for him.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's the way I'm taking it. It's the most
Oh yeah,
racist thing in the world.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no other way to take it.
There's no other way to take
This
it,
is
right.
horrible.
This
Holy
is yeah. He
Christ.
absolutely may have been in special ed. So then then he starts talking about his mother
That's right,
apparently
crazy
found
Robin.
out that he was reading Itsy Bitsy in school. Or,
Oh, this story is old.
Was that so? Well, let me see if this is the right clip.
I got you, crazy Robin.
They call it
and-
was like moron college. School.
He can't even remember what school he went to at BU. Like he has no idea what it was called. Here he
Oh
goes.
my God! Seriously?
Yeah, hang on.
They call it was like moron college. School of the fuck was it called?
I forget. What was it
Basic
called?
studies.
Yeah, it's with me.
Those basic studies.
School.
Oh shit!
Oh,
You said
basic
it a million
studies.
times.
Somebody
Basic
said it.
BU.
studies.
Basic studies.
All
Source of great embarrassment. My grades were so low. They figured, how can we get money out of people just because they can't afford BU and they can't They
I
don't have the
can't
grades for these.
qualify to get in, really.
We'll set up like a special building for imbeciles. And we'll have them come and they say, even though you did poorly in high school and your SATs are moronic, if you pay us a whole bunch of money, we'll let you into college.
That's pretty much what happened to Ashley,
Yeah.
isn't it, Howard?
Yes.
Get a fire building. That's Nepo babydom, right? Isn't that the very definition?
The funny thing is, though, he's told this story 5,000 times.
Oh, I know, this is good.
And the fake. Now he's fake, not knowing it. I think Blobbin actually doesn't remember at all. I think honestly, she just doesn't.
Is David
He
correct here?
zones out during most of it because
Is David
so
correct here?
tedious.
Didn't Robin say in her book that she was in the slow class too?
Oh,
The two
yes.
of them with their safety
Yes.
pencils and
Yes.
So
circles
that's
of paper.
the thing is to
Yeah,
make
but
yourself look like an
Quiver's a
underdog
lie.
that you're in a slow class.
Yeah, Quiver's a Lie, exactly. Highly recommend if you've never listened to that one where we go through that book like a Zapruder book. Like we just
It's never just I was a decent student. I had a 3.1 grade point
No.
average, and I was good. I was all right. It's got to be
No.
this extreme bullshit to paint yourself as some kind of underdog. It's all of it's so fake, so fake. Yes, Crazy Robin and Tamara Francois. I am holding up the struggle. I know this tonight with Howard. I'm gonna hold up the struggle.
the struggle is real.
Someone's
Struggle's
gotta do it.
real, man.
So here's my
Joshua,
clip
I'm
about
watching.
Samantha. And now, before you listen to my one clip that I'm recording of Samantha,
Can I ask you before you do that? What was the reason she came in there in the first place? What is the point?
I'll
you
tell
talk about
why.
initially or today?
Yes, like what was
I know
she
why.
brought in for? To spew the lies because no one.
No,
she's-
no. She is there to push to make a new character her mother. It's literally a new.
No, but pre that. Pre that,
Why she's there?
Samantha
No
was
idea.
in a couple of times. Like she does the Ivanka voice,
Right. Yeah.
and she's been in a
Oh.
couple of times when it's a group setting where like it's like JD and all of them talking about like betting
Panel.
and stuff like that because she's part of the panel now. Yes,
Right.
in
Yeah.
some fashion.
Oh, I
but
thought he was
then
asking why today. Okay.
no,
Yeah, and
that's-
today, and why today? Like this guy, what's the motivation?
So the
for
mother
bringing her
was in last week, as you may have heard, because we did play that last
done.
week. And then apparently it got such great reviews that now everybody wants to date her mother. I showed you pictures of her. She's not a looker, even though she is 68, so I'll give her a pass.
Oh, how nice of you.
But here's the thing about Samantha I want you to hear when you hear this
Okay.
clip. Because she has the same exact cadence to her voice as Chris Wilding and as JD, where they're the and I don't even know how to explain what this voice is, but I want you to hear it and then let's talk about it because I'm trying to kind of pigeonhole what the Samantha, and this is just a very, very small portion, but this is how she speaks all the time.
And why Benji no on your sister? I forget. What was the reason there?
Benji, this fucking, I'm in a vortex right now. I'm too
All right,
deep.
then forget it. All right, it's
Benji,
okay.
Benji said he wanted to date my sister. Then I asked him how old he was. Then he wouldn't give me a straight answer.
That is not
Right.
That
Oh,
So she does this whole thing where she just doesn't. She
Gets exasperated. She gets exasperated.
Right.
In the middle,
Oh,
like
it's
Chris
just-
Wilding does. Chris
It's
Wilding
you
does
know
it
what- you
all
know
the
what-
infuriating. That's
time.
so Wilding, right? I mean, he does the exact same
so-
thing.
Oh my God! It's what a. Oh my God.
And she knows what troglodytic Morlocks these shit stains are on every level, right? Is this really Mrs. Superfan? You didn't know? I got this great video clip of Benji dry raping this 18-year-old. They tried to do a bit on Howard TV. I can't wait to show it to you. It's a total Me Too, right out of high school.
Nice.
He's
So yeah. I
Did we
mean,
lose him?
I guess we
can't
did.
even convey it.
Oh.
Oh,
But the thing, it's that whole back off. They're in different areas, but they still have that whole back office. They all have this thirsty, kind
Air
of
horse.
exasperated, kind of, just worn down way of speaking, where everything has to be almost too much.
it's
Where
just too
it's-
much.
It's just too much, and they get exasperated and
Yes.
they can't.
And she did it
fully-
last week too, when
she's
she
a
was.
victim
It's
too,
so
Dana.
annoying.
She's
And
a
then
victim.
she's also very into like Sal being able to
Oh.
see into the afterlife, and she started crying about being able to connect with, I don't even know who the hell it was because I was
Dude, who
completely
gives a
not
shit?
paying attention.
I
Oh,
don't care.
David, thank you so much. They all have the "I'm so put upon that you're making me
Yes.
tell a story that gets me
Yes.
airtime" vocal intonation, right? It's just this weird kind of. Can we listen to it again just really
Oh
quickly?
God, we do.
There's-
Oh,
And why Benji no on your sister? I forget. What was the reasoning there?
Benji, this fucking. I'm in a vortex right now. I'm too
All right,
deep.
then forget it. All right, it's
Benji,
okay.
Benji said he wanted to date my sister. Then I asked him how old he was. Then he wouldn't give me a straight
That
answer.
is not.
Right.
That.
Oh,
Like,
I believe her, but it's
I'm
by
so
the tone,
put
I
upon.
believe her.
I'm so yes.
I
I'm
don't.
so. I love that. I'm so put upon that you're making me tell a story that gets me airtime. Yes.
Mike McGann, Theater of the Retarded Mind.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we are right now.
Yes.
This is. I mean, it is so interchangeable. The people are so interchangeable. No matter who it is, it literally is just plug and play with the script. It's the same thing. Plug and play. Plug and play. Plug and play.
And just
Because
so we
literally,
know,
if
our favorite David quote. I love this.
Ah.
Imagine being a billionaire asking his audience to applaud him for his baby steps with a disease we all came to terms with emotionally 2.5 years ago. This
King
was well
baby
worth
steps.
saving. It's King Baby Steps, exactly.
King Baby
David,
Steps.
that lives in the archives of my mind for the rest of my life. Just thank you
mean,
so much.
You know, it's just they're every last one of them though in that back office is so affected. Every
Yes.
last one of them, and
Yes.
it's just like it is just pathetic. They feed upon it, and then they just and they know how to make airtime. That's all they do how to do is make airtime.
Yes, and so now Sam's airtime character will be the one with the mother and and she also, there was a part in the show today where she went after Michael Rappaport as well, because apparently he didn't pay $40 for the Bachelorette
You know,
poll or whatever
they had
thing
a,
that
they
they
had,
had.
they had a bachelorette pool.
Pool, right?
The
And he
thing
didn't
is,
pay,
you know,
and he was
shame-
goofing on the whole thing. He's like,
But shame
"Ah."
on Michael Rappaport for even entertaining this. I mean, you should be
I
above
was
this
just
dude.
gonna say that, Monique.
You should be so above this dude. Really,
If you were,
seriously,
if
move
either
on.
Dennis, you and Monique were Michael Rappaport's agent and or a publicist, which he has one. He's a great acting career. I don't think you could. Now he's turning himself into a glorified whack packer. I'd be like,
Yeah.
stop giving them this free entertainment, turning yourself into a joke. You have had a great career. I mean, literally, Paul Rudd and Michael Rappaport. If you take away the Ant-Man movies, Rappaport had a better career than Paul Rudd did up until.
But
a
here's the
certain
weird
point.
thing.
Phenomenal film credits.
Here's the weird thing. So Michael Rappaport lives in New York, right?
Right.
Here's
Surprise,
the
surprise.
weird thing about the Stern Show in New York. If you go on the Stern Show, I could almost guarantee you that anybody you run into in the street is not going to say, "Hey, Michael, I loved you on that HBO show, blah, blah, blah," whatever the fuck it is that he's on. They say, "I loved you on Howard." This is what
Okay.
they say. This is
As
the
far as
truth.
they
This is
tell
the
us,
truth.
as far as they tell-
1995,
yeah,
maybe.
right.
Not now.
20 years
Not
ago,
now.
not now.
But this is the way. This is the
Not
way,
now.
my friends.
1995.
You
I
were
can't
right
name
20
I
years
can't
ago,
name the
not
show
now.
that he's on. I can't name the show he's on. But if
I
I
have no
passed
idea
him
who
in
he
the
is.
street, I'd say loved you on Howard yesterday. Like seriously, that's the way it works. So he thinks, and I'm just talking from the New York actor state of mind, is that he thinks that he's still getting something out of this. He still has agency. He's still getting something out of having this as part of his world. That's all I can think of. I don't know why he does it. I don't understand
Right.
it.
If there was a reason, that's not even valid reason that you could, because he has any actor would want he's got a ton of, say what you will about him, say he's annoying, you hate him, he's a stupid wigger. He has incredible film credits and TV credits that any actor would want that's not a leading man. You know, he's
Right.
that sort of character actor. He's been a ton of shit. And if I'm his agent and I'm his publicist, I'm like, get off of there. They're turning you into fucking Beetlejuice. Stop. Get out of there.
Yes.
Stop
Agreed.
sullying
Yeah.
your brand.
Yeah, he's getting
for this
some bad
idiot, and you got
advice.
nothing to gain from it. It's not like you're making money off them. They're not
No.
paying you anything.
No.
What's in it for you, aside of what Monique might have just said? Like
Oh,
maybe
Pell L.
20 years ago he got stopped in the street. I love John Howard.
Oh, let's talk about the knocking today. I'm going to get to that at the end of our thing here. I only have
What
3 more
Orson
clips,
Welles
so we're
gonna-
going to get to that. Okay, so in the middle of everything, this bizarre promo comes out.
Sirius XM presents a live concert event with Howard Stern featuring his new band Turkus. Coming as soon as Dr. Agus says it's okay.
The Howard Stern Show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Again.
I guess they didn't have time to pull that one.
Guess they didn't have
I
time.
guess they
Guess they
forgot.
didn't realize that. So, as he gets letters all the time, because, people write to him all the
letters,
time, he's getting like amazing props for Metamucil Man. Listen to what people write, because nobody writes this way. Here we go.
Right. That's how it should have finished. By the way, this song is such a big hit. I'm sorry, Robin. I have a condition. I don't want to go on the air about it. Some people are already sending in their own covers of the song.
Really?
Here's Jesse and Roddy with a.
Oh, I went one too far. I'm sorry.
What
They
else,
just make up
people wrote in about,
hold on. I think some wrestling fan wrote this fake email. Jesse and Roddy. It's Jesse the Ventura and Roddy Piper.
And Roddy Piper.
Oh, it sounds like a fake as shit, whatever this is.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, wow.
I went back a clip because he was reading.
Okay.
Oh, wow, because he's reading how excited people are about Metamucil Man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of people like that new song I put out, Metamucil Man. Metamucil Man. Getting some
That's
love
the one
from
you're
the
not
audience.
going to use on the album, or is that on
That's
the
right.
album?
That's not on the album. I mean, it's a throwaway. Howard, a true artist will always pen a song that's universal. As somebody who has constipation, I can absolutely relate to being a Metamucil Man. Thanks for giving us a pooping anthem. Good.
Did anybody really write that? Did anybody really write that?
This is what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
There you go.
You didn't expect that.
No,
Jesse
I
and
might
Roddy.
put that on the album.
Okay, so now we get to the next one. So people are already making. Now, it's so funny to me because do you remember there was a time where people actually would make parody songs? Real people made real parody songs. I haven't heard them play a real parody song. How long? I can't remember the last time I heard one.
It's over 10 years.
Not a one, right? Nobody does that
It's over
anymore because they
10
do
years.
their own in-house, and it's so weird. So
Danny's
apparently,
Song Parody Man was the last one.
he's telling us that people are doing. So here's the curious thing: why aren't people doing parody songs? Like, it was such a natural, perfect thing for them to do. I'm sure one of you from the Stern Show is listening to us right now. But where are the parody songs? What happened to them?
These independent contractors, who some of them are really clever and
Really clever,
Yep.
really funny, really silly, but because you guys have nothing to do, 70 human beings who literally are playing Fortnite when the boss is away, with nothing to do except make stupid songs, and you don't take anything from listeners anymore. Nothing. Just doesn't
No,
happen.
Because, first of all, I don't think that they get much at all from listeners because they have literally shut down all their avenues of contact in the modern contact because you can't contact them on really Facebook. You can't contact them on Twitter. You can't contact them on Instagram. You can't on YouTube. You can't communicate with them at all. So nobody writes emails. The way people contact is through social media. And
I wonder how Craig
walled
Gass wormed
themselves
his way
off.
back into the show, Dennis.
What?
I wonder how Craig Gass wormed his way back into the show.
He must be desperate.
They
Any
probably
integrity.
called him. They
He's so
probably
desperate.
needed this because, okay, first off, the knock-knocks were out of control today. I only have one more clip after this one, and then we're going to get to that. So, of course, this is him saying that people are already copying Metamucil Man.
Right.
Here you go.
That's how it should have finished. By the way, this song is such a big hit. I'm sorry, Robin. I have a condition. I don't want to go on the air about it. Some people are already sending in their own covers of the song.
Really?
Here's Jesse and Roddy with a very indie version of Metamucil Man, and I like it very much.
She's apple crisp, a fiber thin, so good it's a hot damn sin. She makes him move, she makes him go, He's got perfection in his toilet bowl.
Who would
So
do
we're
that?
trying to do a restless,
That's
restless
Samantha's
thing with
voice.
Yeah, I know.
That literally,
That's where you
that's
think-
it's a staff
Jesse
song.
Ventura, Roddy Piper, Sal and Richard wrote the names. for
Yeah,
this.
Jesse
I mean,
and Roddy.
obviously,
Jesse
that's
and
her
Roddy.
voice, though.
That's
I know.
probably not. I'm not giving. I'm not
It's one
giving
of the-
Sam
it's one
credit
of-
for
whoever-
anything.
It's one of the female staffers' voices.
I'm
though.
not giving Sam credit for being able to sing. Sorry.
We got
Well,
this in
it's
from
one of the,
Bam
well,
Bam
it's
Bigelow and The
modulated though.
Undertaker.
It's super modulated. It's auto-tuned.
Wigamusel. Okay.
Jesus.
The final clip for the night, besides the knock knocks, is Robin's bizarre bathhouse experience.
yes.
So they kind of ended the show. Well, late in the show, they decided they were going to play JD going to a gay bathhouse with Jonathan Blitt. It's nothing anybody needs to hear. I did
No.
not record it.
Thank
Suffice
God.
it to say, it was as cringeworthy and as embarrassing as uncomfortable as one would think it was. That's all you got. That's all you need to know.
Is there any is that redundant? Is there any non-gay bathhouses? Is there do you know of any bathhouses?
Well, you can
that
go to a
aren't gay?
Korean. You can go to a
Is-
Korean spa. That's kind of like they separate men and women, and it's kind of like you have hot tubs and steam rooms and massages, and everybody's naked, and that's how you kind of roll in there. You're expecting- It's true.
Somehow it's not gay. A Russian bathhouse.
no, I go all the time. I go as soon as I get back to New York. I will go and
Turkish
get a Korean
bathhouse. Oh, wait,
scrub.
no, that's gay.
Turkish bathhouse. They're not gay. Not
Yeah,
that
not
there's
gay.
anything wrong with that. But yeah, so okay, so she decides to tell us a story about a bathhouse experience that she had. Now, Dennis, have we ever heard this story before?
No, never. Absolutely never.
Okay.
And it wasn't in Quivers a Lie. It was nowhere. This story's from nowhere.
So let's try and understand it. Now, this clip is 2 minutes long, so I am going to break it up a little bit. So let's talk about it really on the other side of it. Well, I'll split it up. So
Split
just
up.
tell me when you want me
Take
to.
Oh,
Robin.
no.
She
I've
loves
had
it.
my bathhouse experience.
She loves hot and cold. She loves tubs. Don't ask. what
Oh,
goes
no.
on with her.
I thought I had been kidnapped. I was there with the owner of the place, and he would not let me leave.
That's
I
how
actually
I felt.
wound up locked in a closet that had crosses
What do you mean? What do you mean he wouldn't let you
hung
leave?
all around me.
So let's listen to the story now, where she was, why this happened, and who she was with.
You went to
What?
a bathhouse and the guy wouldn't let you leave?
The same guy owns the bathhouse down in Miami,
Yeah.
and I went there in the morning without my friends. I had been there the day before, and they introduced me to him.
So why she had a gay bathhouse? I'm just curious.
She's a fag hag. She always has.
Well,
been.
no. She's not married because, well, she
I
likes
mean, this
Bill.
obviously has to be a while ago, but okay, let's continue.
And then I went the next morning because I was like, oh, this was a great experience. Let me go over there and I'll just
Yeah, bit of
do a
what?
little sauna and, get on the exercise bike or whatever. And
Okay, so there's no exercise equipment in a gay bathhouse.
Yeah, no.
It's basically there so people can get rubbed down, get hard-ons, get blowjobs, and get jerked off. So I don't know where you were exactly, Robin, but
It sounds like she went to the Y.
things sounds like she went to the gym. Exactly, the hotel gym.
Exactly.
All right,
They don't
here we
have
go, here we go.
elliptical machines and Pelotons at your bathhouse. Lenny?
No. All right, here we go.
Wait,
and then take a shower and get out of there. And he found me and he says, oh, I must show you how this is done. And so
Uh-oh.
that's why I know about the fronds and the heat
Oh.
and the plunge pool. And then he ran me through the whole thing and took me out to the ocean and ran into the ocean.
Well, listen, most people would be honored. He took the time to teach you the whole lifestyle.
I can't swim. He ran into the deep ocean. I thought I was going to die at that point. Then he brings me back and he brings me to his family. And his wife says, oh, I must show you something. And she throws me into a closet. And Jesus is bleeding and
Wow.
hung on the cross.
What the fuck is she talking about?
I mean,
Let
did
me
she get
continue.
kidnapped? Did she get kidnapped by like a Spanish family? Does Santeria? I mean, I don't understand what's going on.
I don't understand
here.
what's going on. Here we go.
I mean,
all
Sounds
over
fabulous.
the room.
But it was
and
relaxing.
I don't know how to get out. And then they let me out and they go, you must have breakfast with us. And they sit me down and they start pouring this stuff into a little glass out of a samovar, which was the most alcohol probably I've ever had in my life.
You know, let me tell you something.
Okay, what?
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 So
What?
there's so much going on in this story.
Not
First of all,
really.
No, there is, because it's insane. This is literally
I
a
know what you
fever-
mean. I know what you mean.
It's a fever dream. I mean, this sounds like a fever dream. It's almost like you're watching The Wall High.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane what's going on. First of all, she's
Who just said it?
mixing
There should be
together-
Twilight Zone music behind it while she's talking, right?
She's literally mixing together different types of bathhouses all at once, and then she's throwing in Santeria at the same
Conflating
time, where they're
bathhouses.
they're sacrificing chickens. I mean, I don't know what's going on in her head, but it's scary. This
Yes,
is
she
some
did say
scary
bleeding
shit.
Jesus. Yes, bleeding Jesus.
Jesus.
Bleeding
Imagine
Jesus.
taking that banter you just heard and packaging it together and selling it to a podcast network and said, yes, this is my product. This is going to be the next huge. What world would this ever fly besides this piece of shit show? And yes, David, this is the dumbest life anyone's ever led with all the access
Absolutely.
and money she's had.
And I'm still trying. I'm trying to figure out this alcohol thing. What the hell is it? What is she trying to describe?
Well, let's go through this, okay? So she was at some bathhouse, and
Right.
she had so much fun there that she decided
To
she
go
would
back.
go back the next day to, okay, for whatever reason. So she
To go on
goes
the
back
elliptical
in
machine.
so that she can go on the equipment, on the bike or whatever, and I guess take a dip. And I don't know what's going on now. And then the owner comes out and says, no, I will show you. I will show you how to do whatever it is that she was doing. Then he took her out of the place that she was at into the ocean, dipped her in the ocean, then told her, you need to come back and have breakfast with my family. But then they lock her in a room that has closet with bleeding Jesuses and crosses on the wall. And then they take her out of there to have breakfast with them, but then gave her alcohol out of a, what is it, Turkish? Like a samovar?
That's what it
Is that-
sounds like. She's conflating stories together
Yeah.
because
King of
the
conflation.
Turkish baths where they do the
Queen.
palms and they
The fronds, right.
The fronds, they're beating, they're trying to get the bad stuff out of you. But the dipping in the cold pools and stuff, that's Northern European where they go hot cold, or Russian hot cold.
Quit is a lie. That's exactly it.
I'm
We don't
confused
understand.
as shit.
We don't understand Blobbenhurst. We don't understand.
Thank God for the David posts that, comment, because it restores the chromosomes we lose listening to this. I feel myself getting stupider. I feel my brain slowing down and I'm getting angry. So you post a David comment and we can kind of intellectually stimulate ourselves just for that little time. Maybe we can finish this show. Can you just feel yourself getting stupider, chat, listening to this?
Rick the electrician says the crazy part is she went along. True. Is she the most submissive woman ever born? She's also the most gullible.
She is gullible.
I
Remember,
mean,
she did give money. She did give money to an African prince.
Right.
She did do that.
And she did get anal over a toilet in a public restroom with no lube the first time she's ever done it, with a guy who was bigger than whatever penis they were showing that day. He was tremendous.
Jonah Falcon.
And he banged her in the ass with no lube over
No
a
lube.
toilet, over a
a toilet.
sink. In a public restroom in San Francisco when she was living in San Francisco
Of
for some
course.
crazy reason or another, which we've yet to get to the, behind that story.
Mike McKinnon, was that a real fake name they used? It's really funny because I didn't say this if this is true. Gabe Athhouse? Was that like a Sal and Richard fake name? That's really
great.
good. Gabe
Where's that one?
Athhouse. It's way up there. I just got fixated on it.
Oh, okay.
Mike McKinnon.
So during the entire time that Sam was on today, the knock was insane. So I have compiled a few for you so that you can hear, and it feels like it was like such one after the other. I know Josh, he's just saying, I love that Robin fell for the Nigerian prince scam. No, but I went over to Western Union and got my money back. It's like, no, bitch, you did not.
No, you
Western
didn't.
Union was like, door shut, just like rolled the window down on you and you did not get your money back. Okay, nobody gets
I
their money
gave
back unless you.
$60,000 to a Prince T'Challa, in the Bank of Wakanda. I don't know.
Wasn't it? Didn't she think it was Artie's sister?
Yeah, it's Stacey Lang.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it
Stacy.
was
Yeah,
to
yeah,
help
yeah.
Stacey Lang. It was,
Stuck overseas or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she got this stuck overseas email.
the old Stacey Lang.
So yeah, the old Nigerian, you're stuck over in a foreign country scam.
And they all laughed at her. She's like, no, I got my money back. It's like, no,
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy Robin. It's again, they're all victims. Every story they tell,
Yes.
the continuing narrative all the time is that they are a victim. When it ends, they are a victim of whatever
Hello,
is going.
the Bank of Tatooine.
You know why? That's because they are all marginal whack packers. They really are. They get sucked in. You know, the scams that they get sucked into are shocking to most people. And it's because they have so much money that they don't know what to do with themselves. And their boredom is so great that they need to have something
they're
to
also
fill their
not very
otherwise lackluster
intelligent.
lives. No, of course not.
They're not very intelligent. So when you're not very intelligent and you have money, you're bored. You're not smart enough to think of creative ways to have outlets to express yourself.
Well, but to them, creativity is
passion.
journaling.
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 Either
Exactly.
that or 8-hour marathons of Bones and Supernatural on TNT.
Crickets.
That's all she's got.
Okay, so let's listen to Knocked Out. Wait, what's this? Gary got scammed on eBay. I don't know that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
that
forgot
was a
that
long
one.
time ago. I forgot about that.
Oh, I don't know that
It
one.
was like 10 grand, right, Brizzo?
Yeah.
All right, here we are. Here's our Knock Knock Palooza. Here we go. I just strung them all together. So it started with the Trump one, but I didn't put that one in. These were all in an hour of time today.
Hold on a second, Robin. I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
It's Joe Pesci. How you doing, Joe?
How we doing? You're talking about getting laid.
Is that Brewer or no?
Yeah, right.
Bailey, when I say
Age appropriate? What is age appropriate as, by the way?
Yeah, your mom's what, 69? What's age appropriate?
68. I'm 68 till April 13th.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hold on a
What?
second. Oh, hey, it's Joe Pesci. What's up?
Oh, hey,
How we
man.
doing? Hey,
Voice, Howard. He does have a sexy voice. He feels like maybe too much of a bad boy. I don't, Okay, what? Hello?
Oh, hold
Yes.
on a second. Oh, it's Joe Pesci again. What's up, Joe?
hey, I just want to clarify that.
Hold on a second.
Who's that? Fucking
Sam's
kill me,
mom.
right?
Sam's mom is really generating a lot of action here. Oh, hey, everybody, it's Mel Gibson, the famous movie star. How are you? I'm real interested in Sam's mom.
Wow.
Crazy. Yes.
Oh, my God. It's Steve Martin, the famous comedian.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I
Knocks at the door.
Oh,
Oh, my God, it's Michael Caine, the famous actor.
Oh.
hey, paying you? What?
Mike, it's President Trump. Go ahead, President Trump. What do you want?
Karen to not pay, but I feel bad. Motherfucker, can I explain this after?
Hold on one
why I
second.
feel
Right
bad?
after,
Yes.
yeah.
What?
Oh, my God, it's Joe Pesci. What's up, Joe?
Can you even?
The Steve Martin didn't even sound like Steve Martin. Like, it doesn't even sound like Steve Martin, first thing in the morning, after our bender. I mean, this person sounded nothing like Steve Martin.
Do you know how hacky a Michael Caine impression is at this point in 2023? It's like doing Nicholson or Schwarzenegger. It's been hacky for 30 years. They're doing Michael Caine impression. By the way, was that Jim Brewer doing Pesci? Because I don't think he's allowed on the show
Probably Gass
anymore.
doing it all. He's probably Greg Gass doing it all.
I think it's someone doing an impression of Jim Brewer doing an impression of Joe Pesci.
It's
because
Greg
Brewer
Gass doing an impression of Brewer.
is not
doing
allowed
an
on the
impression
show
of-
anymore. He's gotten really crazy.
Joe
kooky right.
Pesci, or think about this for a second. Joe Pesci hasn't. I mean, when's the last time he was really in a big movie?
It's been a long time.
It's
I don't
been
know
a
what the hell
long time, and he's
I guess the
retired.
Irishman. Who's in the Irishman, right? On
Yeah, but he's
Scorsese
basically
thing?
retired. I mean,
No,
he
I know
literally
he's
is-
been definitely.
How
it's the Gong
horrible was
Show,
that,
right,
you
tomorrow.
guys? Like,
Oh, it was
seriously.
painful. Like they did it. This is a joke. They're not just running this into the ground. They're taking it like a 747 straight into the ground
Yeah.
at top speed. I mean, this thing is this has gotten to the point of like if anybody from listening, if any executives were listening and serious and gave a shit, they would literally pull the plug.
Doesn't matter.
I was
pull the
just
plug.
reading something by maybe it was Crazy Robin or
Look,
someone
Peter
saying.
Falk.
Tamara, this isn't the Gong Show. America's Got Talent is the Gong Show.
Maybe it was. I
Howard
was just
actually
saying,
worked on the
does
Gong
Robin
Show.
even realize she's being replaced right in front of her? Like, I don't know if she is, but Robin definitely is minimalized after the first hour of the show, pretty much all the time now. Like
she
it's either
disappears.
there's interviews or he's on with Ralph or Ronnie or whatever person that he chooses for that day, and yeah, she's totally marginalized. All right, so we're going to move on a little bit because I have some clips to get to, and we're at an hour 39. Okay, this is good. So let us go to let's go to the calendar because apparently we have a new April calendar. I have not seen it yet. I'm actually scared. I'm not going to lie. Okay, but yeah, here
That's
we
what I
go.
was thinking, Shellbacks. The highest paid newswoman doesn't marginalize it. It 8 figures is pretty good to be. We all should be marginalized like that.
Yeah, here we go.
At 15.
Let's go to the calendar. April.
But in the 30,000 square foot mansion, I keep saying that. How big is that freaking house?
18,000 square feet.
18,000 square foot mansion.
18,000. So Marianne from Melbourne, we were talking about Palm Beach, which is
We were talking
18,000
about
square
Palm
feet.
Beach, okay?
We know Squabble Lane is 15,000
We know
square
that.
feet.
We know that.
It's okay. It's
Thanks,
okay.
nerds. Thanks, nerds.
I'm sorry. That kind of guy. I'm like, I know what I'm talking about.
They
Yeah,
use the metric system, Dennis.
that's right.
Oh, that's right. And maybe in Australian, because their money's the same way.
They
So I
just don't
guess
know. They just don't know. It's okay.
They valued it.
He gets a pass. I know that this is, something he feels pressured to come up with something, and
I understand.
wrong
I don't
again.
care. I love looking at the stats that he did. I love that anyway.
I know. He's so cute. All right, so let's look at the
So condescending.
calendar. So here we are. It's pretty much same as it ever was. Here we are on April
God,
3rd.
this is
So we're starting
depressing. No.
what?
No, I'm just looking at that. You're like saying, I'm looking at him like hoping there's a vacation coming up.
Well,
soon.
I feel like he's going to, he'll definitely be off for Memorial Day,
hoping
but
there's a
will he come
vacation.
back after Memorial Day?
No, I think he's done. I think he's done after Memorial Day.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But
That's the
April,
plan.
is he
Ultimately,
gonna,
that's the plan, Dennis, to be done by Memorial Day.
is he going to take Passover week off?
When is Passover?
It's like 2 weeks from now. It's around Easter. It's right around Easter.
And when is Easter? The
Easter
9th?
is next weekend.
The 9th, right?
Yeah.
The whole staff is Jewish. How do they not honor every friggin' Jewish holiday to the extreme and extent?
They're off most of the
Because-
The whole
time.
staff
No,
is Jewish.
because Sirius isn't Jewish. I worked for a Jewish company.
Scott Greenstein?
I was off literally when somebody blew their nose, and you said, "God bless you." That was like
Wednesday.
that
Okay.
was, and then you had to take Good Friday as like a floating holiday
So-
because we weren't off for that day.
Scott Greenstein's an Irishman.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll be off. Maybe he'll be off next week.
Well, Passover is this week, so no.
Yeah, I know, but maybe he'll be off next week. 'Cause
For Easter, you think he's going to take an Easter holiday?
possibly because
not
he'll
sure.
be 3 weeks. We'll be 3 weeks. He'll be 3 weeks.
Because this is a long time of non-eventful show to be able to put up with. So
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily sure. So first night of Passover is Wednesday. So Wednesday night. So, he doesn't have to do the Rosh Hashanah since he's already there.
Yeah, he's like John. There's your answer to the question. They're off.
No, they are off.
They're
After
already
you're looking
off.
at, they are off. Good.
But so it looks like I'm almost thinking he's gonna. If we compare last year, I have a feeling he's gonna take off somewhere around Easter.
Think
he
about the
doesn't do
glee
more
you
than 9
feel
shows in
when
a
they're
row.
off now, Dennis. Think about the glee we all feel when they're off now, and how
Oh, I'm
different
so
that
happy. You have
was
no
in the
idea.
'90s when how angry you were when they were off.
Oh, you have
and
no
just
idea.
couldn't wait. It's so opposite now. I can't. I love when they're off. I just want them to go away for good.
All right, hold on. Let me
No
pull
idea.
up. Let me pull up the calendar. Okay, here's the
there it is.
2022. Look at him, he's so cute.
I'm so happy. Oh my god. I'm
So he
happy.
did work June last year.
Yeah, that was last year, but now there's gonna be less.
Well, we'll
So,
see. We'll see,
there'll be
Dennis.
less.
We'll see. Dennis, we'll see.
Because he doesn't have that many shows left, and the way it
We'll
divides
see,
out. He ain't
sir.
working, Jim.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm praying he doesn't. Well, we'll go light some
Okay.
candles.
So we will have
That's enough
a
candle
holiday.
for you, Dennis.
Yeah, I've had enough candle. So then he'll be off a week in April. Let me see, compared to this year's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks looking pretty. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
And
no.
this motherfucker, you fucking
You know it's coming.
fuck
I know
face
it's coming.
fucker. No, I'm not doing it. How about that?
No, okay, good.
I'm not gonna.
It's
I'm not
'cause
gonna
it's good.
succumb to your prurient needs of me doing shit. That you want me to
Prurient.
do. Not doing it.
What
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs, and we'll play this and that. Now we'll say goodbye to rainy days, to the colder nights and the empty trees. Now full of life and colors new, and it's all here for you to see. Cloudless sky, summer days, feels just like it's on the way. Kids are out, safe to play, and it feels just like a beautiful day.
What shitty photos.
Happy
Absolute-
anniversary, Ostrowski's.
Well, I mean, he wanted to show. He wanted to show
Yeah, I was
how
doing the
manly-
extended version. I was doing the extended version, just for shits and giggles. Yeah, because
That's to show how manly they are.
sometimes you just need a little extra boost of the "Beautiful Day" song. Just a little
beautiful day.
extra boost. All right, so now we're going into the final portion of our show.
Cleaning out the computer.
Alrighty, so John, in honor of our Reese Witherspoon discussion today, because of course John always picks the most obscure thing
These
to
are so delicious.
run on with in terms of the shows. So let's talk about the clips that you sent to me today.
Because of Reese Witherspoon, I went after the Ryan Felipe connection because I didn't realize he had not the first time he did the show was 2008, and I thought he did it earlier than that. And as you know, when he comes in, Howard's obsession with Reese Witherspoon is writhing through him, and the schadenfreude of them getting. So this is when he first announces his divorce. He comes on the show, and Howard's browbeating him about Reese Witherspoon and the breakup and their life in it, and he this is his debut, 2008, I believe.
I have to agree with you, Monique. This is pretty deep dive. I forgot about Ryan Felipe coming in.
Hasn't everybody forgotten about Ryan
She
Felipe?
just got divorced like 2 days ago.
They broke up, right? They broke up, and then there's word that she's dating Tom Brady.
Oh my God.
This is what the word on the street is, but who knows? All right, so what year is this now?
Wow.
2008.
Okay, let's play a little and see what we got here, because this is a lot of clippage.
Loss, and I'm excited to meet Howard and the gang in person for the first time.
Meanwhile, P.S. and also, he's actually still friendly with JD, so it shows you what a fucking loser Ryan Felipe is.
No, you're
I'm
joking.
a huge, long-time listener, so we'll see what happens.
He's your classic weirdo superfan.
Celebrity. Yeah, I do, and I'll give him what I can, and hopefully come out unscathed.
Artie.
Big fan, man.
Never interrupt Artie, Ryan, when he's busy with his phone. It's like a father. And yet, when I saw you, I remember when you were married to Reese Witherspoon. Yeah. I saw you at one of her, I guess it was.
That is a chin that is unlike any other.
She's so accuracy.
That shit enters the room way before she does.
Indeed. And she, by the way, totally outgrew Ryan Felipe. Ryan Felipe is like bro dude, and Reese Witherspoon's on like a whole different plane.
What has Ryan Felipe done in the last couple of years?
No, he's been in this
Gets
and that.
paid
It's
by
nothing
Reese
big.
Witherspoon to be a good daddy
He's been in
to the
stuff.
kids.
I don't know.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde 2.
Yeah, there you go.
You kind of blew me off. I didn't think you were
No,
that
what?
friendly.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I
she
thought
hates
you were. I
Howard.
came up to you.
I
You
thought
were
Reese
with
gave
Beth.
you the. I thought Reese gave you the.
That was what you thought.
Look at that
yeah,
hair.
I did. I really did.
Because she's not nearly the same kind of fan that I am.
No.
You know, when I was in.
I can tell.
Well,
Believe
she's
me.
the kind of fan who hates the show.
Wow. It's a mixed marriage. He loved me. She hated me.
Yo, but you'll like this.
Felt in your marriage, you had Reese is the highest paid actress of like all time or something. 20 minutes.
It's so weird how he uses that mic as a clutch. Like he
to block
kinda,
his right side. Exactly.
he kind of cradles it and puts it in front of his face.
Yes,
and
I
then
hate that.
He puts his mouth right really close to the mic
Yes,
like
and
this.
curls over to it. The Streisand
Just like
right
holding
side.
it like a giant
Yes.
penis. Well, let me see it. I'm gonna see it again. Hold on. Let me just see. Yeah. So he's just like
You realize there's another reason he
clutching it
does that,
right
though.
here. Why?
The other reason he does that is to make him seem like he's deep and intense.
Yeah,
because
that's
he
true, too.
grabs the microphone and
He's really
he's gonna
having a
really get
discussion.
the scoop on you.
He's too cool to put it right in front of him like every other broadcaster. He's
Yeah,
gotta
actually,
swing it to the right, and
very
with the rigor
weird.
mortis hands, he can't bend his wrist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actress of like all time or something. 20 million a film.
Which I think is awesome. I mean,
Is it though? Didn't deal with Beth making more money with him than me. I think it would be. I mean,
but I'm far more secure than you.
Feel like, oh, now I'm becoming Mr. Reese Witherspoon. Like it's almost like you got out of the marriage and now you're coming into your own.
But his career never had him big. I mean, he constantly
always had
made
to buy something.
No.
Like, we're going to need your money to do it.
I made like 30 movies. Like,
I know. I'm not trying to paint you in the wrong. I mean,
Poor Ryan. He's pretty much out. He's persona non grata now. Let's be honest.
I like how Artie calls out the truth, and Howard had a.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rude's ghost Jim Toth was her agent, right? That's how that. They were married for a decade as well. So right after this, she was
Did you
married
have kids with
12
him
years.
as well?
I don't know. That's a good question.
How many
look at
times?
Debbie.
Wait, how many times has Reese Witherspoon been married?
Twice, just twice.
Oh, this twice. Okay.
Debbie says he's a phallic 5-year-old. That's why it's like a baby you're holding, grabbing your earring. I mean, if you're wearing earrings, who said I did?
Yeah, Rupert Pumpkin. That's an ongoing thing. As Ryan would get in trouble with Reese every time he do the show.
That figures.
New York did it for me, Moving to New York, leaving Delaware and being New York started all of the insane activities.
see, I knew your marriage wouldn't last.
Did you?
You get too much. Let me give you your sexual resume,
Too
and
much.
you can
It's just
comment
too
on it
much.
or not. This is my putting together your sex life. And I don't know what.
I'm going to sit back for this one.
Well, first of all, when did you meet
Monique?
Reese Witherspoon? You were working on a movie with her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you catch that? That was my fucking screen recorder with Control F, the Sara trick. So somehow I went to the other screen and you could tell you how the sausage is
Yes,
made.
yes.
Come on. You see that? That was Mark
Yes,
Strigan
babe,
with the
this
yellow
is
mark.
me. Like I can go from screen to screen to screen, go to a new screen,
Right.
and it'll all be there as I'm recording.
Did you see
it.
the screen though? The Mark Strigan. That was
Was
me.
that what
Yeah, that's
That's-
what I'm talking
that's-
about. That's how the sausage is made. That's Control F.
Ooh, that's the sausage.
No, blow that up. That's Sarah's Control F trick. So look at the highlighted words.
Penis?
Oh, hold on. Penis.
Penis.
Is it penis?
Hold on. I
And
went
this
the wrong
lazy
way.
fuck's complaining about reading scripts. Look at what I'm going through. Want to do?
Oh, so you were looking up Reese?
Right. So you put the name in, and it goes right to the spot
Right.
when you scroll down. And
Yes.
it saves you a lot of time.
Yes.
And of
he's
course,
a
on
good
Mark
guy.
Friggin, though, the way he the
Right.
He's the
writing
worst
style,
writer. He's
Basic
absolutely the
bitch
worst writer.
style.
Basic bitch.
Absolutely the
rundown.
worst writer.
On a movie with
We
her.
were so young. No, I met her before we made Cruel Intentions together. I met her when I was 21 years old.
21 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too young to
That's
sort of.
really,
Yeah, Fred's in
really
Cruel
young.
Intentions.
That's what did in your marriage. You're a Hollywood guy.
He never
B,
mentions that, right?
You know.
Yeah, he does. He
You're
does.
both
It's fine.
Hollywood
You're-
people
yeah,
and very
you're
young.
meeting too many
Also,
people.
when you're 21 years old, you don't know shit.
You
You're
don't.
a kid.
You don't know anything.
And you think you do. And, there was that whole philosophy, too, around the time we had our first child. We thought neither of us were that famous at that point, and we had money. We're like, oh, we can handle this. And
You
His
can't.
accent's
You
so
can't
weird.
do
He's got that
No.
weird.
Plus, you see, you're on the set all the time with hot chicks, and you know what? I don't think. But you know what I'm saying. I
Oh my
mean, you're on the
God.
set with these chicks. The Rodden
Yeah.
loves.
So
Well,
the
you're
gay
on
Howard
The
comes out.
specificity.
He asks him if he gets boners on the
That's
set.
always what
you're on the
I
set.
can. I could name some people that I've done love scenes with, and then
Some people you've done love scenes with.
like Salma Hayek.
He
did that one.
You popped the rod. Do you apologize? Let me tell me the etiquette. All right, what we're saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
So do you stay in your dressing room and chub it up a little bit before?
That's what he really wants
I
to
would
know.
say no, but I don't know whether.
Man, how long? Whoa.
Nastasha Kinski, Kelly Lynch. There's
Who's
been
the
a lot
hottest-
of beautiful women.
Who's the hottest chick?
Oh, he's so cute. Ryan Phillippe is cute.
Well, don't you love Howard's fake alibi that he's interested in the women when all he wants to hear about is Ryan shoving up in the trailer, which is his real motivation.
In September
bought it.
2017, Elsie Hewitt, ex-girlfriend of Felipe, filed a lawsuit against him for allegedly punching her, kicking her, and throwing her downstairs. Hewitt was granted an emergency protective order by the LAPD, stating Felipe could not come within 100 yards of her. In October 2019, the case was settled.
Yeah, he kind of does get that vibe, doesn't he?
Kind of gives that vibe.
Yeah, it kind of gives that
Bad
vibe.
actor. He's such a bad actor too. He's so bad.
And with that
So
accent,
shitty.
though, that you're right.
I know,
he has
it's
that
the accent,
weird
Dennis. That's what
wigger, it's a
destroys it.
weird wigger accent.
It's-
Not someone from Delaware.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
it's almost affected, like airy. He's trying to be an erudite with it.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
weird.
It's a weird accent, Dennis. You're
weird.
so right, and it doesn't work in movies. It always bugs me. It
But
takes me
doesn't-
out of everything.
I mean, the guy, he grew up in Delaware. He doesn't sound anything like
Little
you, though.
wiggerish. I know. Delaware's almost Philadelphia.
Yeah, exactly. But that's just weird.
Well, but are they of French descent? Is there like did we detect any, is there like a French thing going on?
Who are you, Vanessa Parody over there?
Let me see. He was born in 1974. Let's see. He was born in Newcastle, Delaware. His mother in a daycare center. His father was a chemist. Felipe has
That's
three
Observer's
sisters
accent, right,
and
Rick?
is part French descent.
Josh.
He
Already
graduated
died.
from Barbizon in Wilmington, Delaware.
You mean the hair school?
That's what
Exactly.
you think, right?
The women's school. What is
With Reese for 10 years, dude. 10 years. That's a long time. In Hollywood,
Hollywood,
years,
that's 50 years.
Yeah, exactly. So I've really only been single and emotionally stable to the point where I could actually be with women for the past years.
Your co-star in Stop Lost, Australian actress Abby Cornish.
Yes.
That's the one they say you're banging.
Yeah, that is who they say. I'm banging, yeah.
They say she broke up your marriage.
That's what they say, yeah.
But you don't buy it.
Well, it's so funny. It's like they take on a life of their own, that kind of stuff. It really does.
Ex-wife.
He doesn't care.
I think it's super that and it seems like
I didn't know she broke up the marriage. I didn't realize that.
You are so cute. Who cares?
Yeah,
No, I'm a
cares?
big yenta. I love Hollywood.
You
Gossip. I'm
are
huge
such a
fan.
yenta.
How do you do the
Wow.
Deppening for 4 hours and not love?
Oh my
all
God,
things
I'm
Hollywood?
moving on. I'm moving out of this. So I have some.
You're best friends with Sean Young, and I'm the yenta.
I'm best friends. Oh please!
yes,
She
yes.
sends me a Christmas card. We chat off, not that often.
She ruined a $200 towel.
She did. She's not invited back. She left
I
her
think
lipstick.
he go
here.
to the end of it. He brings up Fred Norris and
It's too late. It's too late, right?
come on.
I shut it
What,
down
you mean
already.
Fred Norris and his Oscar-winning performance in that movie.
I shut it down. Now I have Reese Witherspoon and Jim Toth, DWI, 1, 2, 3, and
yeah,
4.
you remember the story when she got pulled over? Her fucking husband got pulled over for a DWI, and this is that the audio of that, and this is how we're
I do
talking.
3 under
reveling in
protest.
Oprah
I'm an
signs with
American
XM and is
citizen.
told to Howard.
Yeah, caller from Chicago tells that Oprah just signed with XM, and he goes, you could hear him going crazy over it, and she's half hour. This is his jealousy, Oprah and Freud, when it was announced.
I'm going to leave this on Dennis. I'm going to leave you completely responsible for the ending of this show. Do you want to hear about Reese Witherspoon's DWI, or would you like to
No.
hear about Oprah signing with XM is told to Howard?
The Oprah thing, because I remember
Fine.
that. And
That's
he
what
lost
we're
his-
gonna do.
He absolutely lost his
You
shit.
don't remember the Reese Witherspoon thing? She's, I'm an American citizen, and she's drunk, and they got the audio of her and her husband in the backseat. I don't care. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit.
Well, no, it's just
You know what?
We'll play it on the Deppening on Friday, guys. I'll cross it over.
Let me see. Let me see what the first.
Don't worry about it.
Let me see what the first one sounds like.
Can we listen to the Reese Witherspoon tapes?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, everybody's heard him by now. I'm sure Reese Witherspoon, officer, her husband, and he was idiot. Ops, yeah. Was she drinking too?
She must have had a few driven.
Ma'am, what did I just tell you today?
I'd like to know what's going on.
She's under arrest. If you don't get her...
I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm allowed to stand on...
You know what's so great too? The audio is so clear. I didn't even know they could do. Love the cops.
She's
Badge Bunny, Mr.
she's a
Badge Bunny,
drunk. She's a drunk Karen at this point. She's a drunk Karen. Ida has spoken. We're going. Here we go.
I like you, Ida.
John, you're on the air.
Who?
John.
Yeah, what's up, Howard?
Hey.
Listen, Chicago Sun-Times, there's a big 2-page article about Oprah being your new radio nemesis.
Right,
Oprah.
in Chicago.
Oprah, yes. It's pretty funny. It's 2 big pages, and on one page it's got like a 3-paragraph article about it.
Oprah isn't going to attract one person to XM radio. I mean, who are we kidding? I don't know what the article says, but maybe you could paraphrase, but...
You want me to read it real quick to you? It's not that long.
You said it was 2 pages.
No, I mean, it says, Opie and Anthony forget about it. Oprah Winfrey is Howard Stern's new satellite radio nemesis. And September 25th, she launched her show Oprah and Friends, available on XM satellite radio. In terms, Oprah and Friends is XM's most successful channel launched ever.
Sure.
He hates that.
Dr. Scott Kennedy, the company's senior vice president of sales and marketing.
Yeah, we know all about those lies.
Yeah. Media clients added are shelling out millions of dollars. Stern, whose second radio coming at XM competitor Sirius earlier this year, lured waves of subscribers and sponsors, is a major force in its own lesbian-loving right. But comparing the two larger-than-life talents is like comparing kumquats and kohlrabi. Or is it?
What's this?
Kohlrabi.
Trust me, I'll give you the truth. I'll be the first to admit if Oprah has any impact on XM. I'm not a liar. Oprah is not going to have any impact. No one is going to sign up for the Oprah channel. It's just not going to happen. It's not even an Oprah channel. It's just Oprah's bullshit.
Well,
It's Oprah's leftovers. It's like Oxygen. Oprah has Oxygen channel. Nobody watches that.
So,
yeah.
Yes, friends.
He takes a shot at Steve Dahl at the end of this.
Oh.
Saying his name. Yeah.
well, you know, this guy sounds like he was in his 9th grade class. reading
He
Itsy
sounds
Bitsy
like
Skyder.
Mr. Skin.
Jesus.
Oprah's
And
on
right here, it
XM.
says she only hosts a half hour each week, and everybody else does the rest on her show.
Fucking goof. All right, thanks, dude.
Hey, thank you, man.
And Chicago radio is in really bad shape.
Why doesn't Oprah go on and say that?
Yeah, go on Chicago radio and do something. Chicago radio is just in the... I don't know. I left radio, and there's just this big, giant sucking sound.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're not there anymore.
That's right. That's a shot at Steve Dahl.
Now I
he's the
just
king of
listened to
Chicago
3
radio.
hours of giant sucking sound.
Exactly. I'm so sorry. Well, Dennis, to be fair, you didn't really listen today.
No, thank God.
You let the boys take over and handle it for you.
I heard enough. I had things to do. I was busy. I turned on my car, and when I was sitting there ready to punch the radio and realizing that would be a very expensive thing to do, I turned it off.
Deviated Septum, K-Tate, Judy Tanunu,
Yes.
Kive, and Cookie, and all your little mocketeers who made today. Radio Gaga.
I'm
for
totally
Mickey and
making
Go
a
today.
T-shirt of that. Oh, I love that. All right, it's 11 o'clock. We are done with tonight's show. It is Monday. We still have 2 more days to go of this. I am absolutely going to listen to the Brooke Shields interview tomorrow, so we might do a little deep dive on that one if it's of any interest. And Howard doesn't make it really just like turgid Psych 101.
It will
Who
be
knows?
bad. You know it will be bad.
It will. It probably will be bad. It probably will be bad. Okay, I think that's all we have for tonight. I don't know if the basketball game is still on, but I'm going to go upstairs and watch it if it is. And we will bid you all adieu. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and comment, because that's what makes us get into other places where they say, hey, have you heard this or whatever. And, you know, we tend to like our show. So if you like it as much as we do, then you can like and comment and subscribe and do all
And
that
please,
stuff.
please, I'm going to dispense any advice. Be very turgid in your environ.
Environs.
Robert Downey Jr. and Environ Man.
Yeah, we're gonna work and make sure our environment is good.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.